wow. I mean, I've got 2 videos out on it at the moment. The news broke this morning. Doctor Who is as close to cancellation as it has ever been during my lifetime, apart from technically the first 2 years of my life where it was actually not on air. But it's crazy. The Christmas special is gone, completely scrapped. We will never hear from Russell T Davies, Billy Piper, Bad Wolf, any of that lot. We'll never see that TARDIS set again. We'll never see the unit set again. All of that has just completely gone. It's actually genuinely crazy. Now, I'm trying to get the live chat up on my computer here because, as per you, like the webcam that I have for this just doesn't work. My computer, so yeah, you're all going to be on my phone. The audio quality is not coming from this mic, so apologies about that. But I'm just trying to get the chat up. So hello to everybody who's joined. Let me know what you're thinking. I mean, this is almost like a support group. We're in a Doctor Who support group right now, guys. We'll all get through this. Ricky Blitz 9679 says horrendous. Hello, Ricky Blitz. Repro C Productions, Rip Rock Productions 95 says, I truly don't know how I feel about this. It is difficult. Connor Sullivan says, oh dear Joe, you jinxed it. I know, all of you yesterday who were angry at my Doctor Who might be cancelled video. Well, Doctor Who's been cancelled to a degree. It will come back in the future, probably in like a couple of years. Oh my god, where's it gone? Even this channel. I mean, you're watching me in live time. How do I talk about Doctor Who every week, multiple times, when there's no Doctor Who to talk about? Beats me. I mean, I do have a second channel, if you want to go and check out. Just search up Joe Street. That's for non-Doctor Who stuff, and I presume that may have to switch to being my primary channel as the years go on. Checking in from Orlando. Crazy Theme Park Husky, hello, says it's genuinely crazy. The Gerard Cooper, hello. So Russell lied, people are asking. Henry Hackett says, hey Joe, can you please give me an update? The only updates we have right now, Henry, are that we are, as someone's saying in the chat there, we are in a new wilderness years, basically. There is not going to be Doctor Who for a while, but the BBC have said they are committed to bringing us new Doctor Who. So it's going to be a while, but it will be there. Shout out to Oscar Watt 12 channel member who says, can't wait for this week's Satellite 5. I actually recorded. So when Russell came back to Doctor Who, I was happy to break the news to Artie. I rang him. For those of you who don't watch the podcast, Artie's like friend I've had since childhood. Literally known each other since we were 3. He's like Doctor Who fan, whatever. I rang Artie and was like, "You're gonna need to sit down. This is crazy. Russell T Davies has come back to Doctor Who," and we were so happy. We were so excited. So I got the privilege earlier, and I recorded some of it of ringing Artie while he was at work, going, "Are you on a break? Yes. Can you sit down for a moment? Yes. Russell T Davies is leaving Doctor Who and the Christmas special's been cancelled." It was like a beautiful poetry to it. Artie was not happy. I won't spoil the reviews of some of the Satellite 5. Rosanna, as of this live stream, Rosanna doesn't know this has happened yet. She doesn't have her phone on, but we are recording a Satellite 5 this evening, and I think it will come out early. I think you can probably expect to see it tomorrow if you're a channel member, and maybe the day after if you're not a channel member. So if you want to become a channel member, please get on that. Really appreciate all of you guys. You also get more access to extra weekly videos if you're a channel member. So that's come on, it's only £1.99 a month, guys. It's good fun. But yeah, the Satellite 5 will be fascinating. Pete Blue 2621 says, Joe, did you see the tweet from RTD? I swear he hates Twitter and doesn't use Twitter. Do you mean the Instagram post? If you mean the Instagram post, I have seen that. That's covered in my second video today. I've done 2 videos, so if you want to hear my thoughts on Russell's Instagram post. But is there a tweet? Have I missed something, guys? Someone let me know in the chat if there is a tweet from Russell that I haven't seen yet. Can't wait to buy the 9 box sets built box hello. Can't wait to buy the 9 box sets, building up to revealing the boss in 10 years' time. Yeah, it's oh god, who was the boss? We'll never know who the boss was. Not that anyone really cared, but that's just frustrating. Susan, how do you bring back Carol Ann Ford and make her sort of like aura farm at the camera and then just disappear? It's crazy. Yeah, there's a lot of people in there, like, it's Kieran saying it's upsetting, but I can't say I'm surprised. Also, guys, if I have missed, your comments, I'm really sorry, please do comment them again, or if you want me to 100% see them and to support the channel, please feel free to super chat, that way it pops up on my screen and I'll 100% see your comment. Bootleg Gila says you guys should do a special live episode of Satellite 5. I did. I suggested this when I was on the phone with Artie earlier, and he was like, "No, no, you're going to need a lot of edits." Artie is not happy. Artie is raging. It's you've heard Elise rant on the podcast. You've heard me rant. You've heard Thary's rant. You've heard Rosanna rant. Get ready for an Artie rant because it's he's not happy. He's not happy. Tom says he must answer for his crimes against Doctor Who. Feels very classic Who dialogue, that. um, yeah, people are dealing with this in many different ways. It's crazy, crazy times. Shout out to the Jared. Your channel name's being hidden by YouTube. This is really unhelpful. Hang on, let me go to your channel. Jared Cooper, thank you very much, Jared Cooper, for the super chat. Really appreciate it. Jared Cooper asks, says, Casualty went out to competitive tender last year. It was 3 months, and then the BBC studios got the contract. Yeah, I do think this is our one thing that we need to not panic about. They are announcing this, I reckon. Well, Russell's post on Instagram basically says, we're announcing this now because we know the future of Doctor Who is safe. He is only stepping aside because he knows it's safe. Russell does not want to be the man to kill off Doctor Who. He has ensured once again that Doctor Who will remain safe. So, I think you are right, Jared. So soon, it will be a while. Obviously, there's no scripts, no Doctor, no anything in place yet. But I think we will be hearing something by the end of the year. I wouldn't be surprised if on Christmas Day or something to try and substitute this, because I think the BBC are going to want to substitute. Like they promised got everyone a Christmas special, hasn't happened. I wouldn't be surprised if in December or on Christmas Day or something we get a big announcement of boom, Doctor Who has a new streaming partner or Doctor Who's being funded this way. Huge shout out to Penny Duncan 63. Thank you very much for the super chat, Penny Duncan 63. Really appreciate it. Penny Duncan says the biggest thing is Russell lied to us. They lied about the knees, they lied about the specials. Why can't Russell or the BBC ever take responsibility? It is that, see, Penny, you're on the same wavelength as Artie in this podcast. Just you get ready. Artie is not happy about the lies. But the the most positive spin I think I can give to this, and I do believe it, Russell is trying and has been trying his best to just keep the show on air. I think there's an interview from just before the Robot Revolution went out where Russell says Doctor Who may not be around in the next couple of years, but maybe it'll come back in the future. It's sort of like Robin Hood or Sherlock, it's immortal. I think Russell has had a bad feeling for a while that Doctor Who's just going to be cancelled. The reason he got Piper in, the reason he went, Billy, stand over there, stand on the green screen, do a cool face, regeneration, we'll hit the headlines, is because he thought Doctor Who was being cancelled. Russell's main motive, I think, has just been let's keep the show alive in whatever way possible. Like Doctor Who nearly died after Jodie, he brought it back. It nearly died after Shooty. He goes, okay, no, we're gonna have Billy Piper here. We're gonna keep this going. Speculation, speculation. I think that is what's happening here. So one part I find baffling. I don't know why I've done ASMR. Sorry. The one part I find baffling. Shooty Gatwa. Stop talking about your knees, man. Your knees are fine. 1 week, my knees are injured. Then he's doing ballet the next. But yeah, I can't say specifics, but I did hear from someone I know who has worked on sort of industry stuff with Ncuti Gatwa and all of that, there was I there was stuff that went down kind of behind the scenes that hasn't been talked about or discussed really. I honestly don't really know much about it, but I, there's a link there, and I do think hopefully eventually something more will come out about this. But there's definitely more that happened to cause Millie Gibson, Ncuti Gatwa, all of this stuff to sort of collapse earlier than expected. Add that with a sprinkling of Disney are bloody annoying, and there you go. I'll try and catch up with some of the other chats as well. Sorry, guys. They should release the original Reality War ending for Christmas, says Martin Foot. That would be such a banger idea. I don't think they'd do it, but I'd 100% be on board. I want to see that scene with Carol Ann Ford. They filmed it. They filmed it. Show it to us. Oh, I feel like I'm losing the will. Dr. Master, hello, says, I'm meant to be revising for my sociology exam. Good luck with the sociology exam. I'd say this is more important. Doctor Who is for life, not just for Christmas, guys. I didn't even mean to make the Christmas connection there, but hey ho, it works. Shout out to the Jared Cooper again. Thank you very much, Jared Cooper, for another super chat. Really generous of you. Jared Cooper says, I am looking forward to the new wilderness years. We're in them. It's here. The wilderness years are upon us. I can't wait to see what the Big Finish creatives can do with the reins loosened. I do think I did actually see, if you go to Russell's Instagram post, he's bantering with Big Finish in the comments, because Big Finish commented under his goodbye post saying something along the lines of like, "Oh, no lost script for us to adapt." Sad face, and Russell was like, "Oh, just for you." So I think maybe Big Finish is going to get Billy Piper in, and that will be our official continuation of what the bloody hell went on in this in universe. I mean, we can talk about the uh, the stuff with the show going on externally, but I mean, within the narrative, like bloody hell, like, who knows what happens there? How do you write yourself out of that? Thomas Park 5439 says Russell nuked his legacy. I wouldn't go that far, you know. I know people are very upset with this, but I do think Russell was stuff went down behind the scenes. Everyone struggled to get this program made, to get this program done. But it is what it is. Hello, Rory, the Dalek director in chat, who says, I'm at Spoons right now, so can't stay, but came to give my condolences. Yeah, yeah, R.I.P. Doctor Who. As that woman said in Lux, R.I.P. Doctor Who. Hayden is tired, says 10 years from breaking news. Joe Street to direct second revival of Doctor Who. Yes, come on, guys, let's get it started. I mean, it's the dream, isn't it? Let's do it. Let's do it. Um, Laurie Lott says maybe Doctor Who should have a full-on animated series next. You're in luck. I do find it absolutely hilarious. It really, really cracks me up when I first read that press statement from today, where it goes like, Doctor Who's cancelled. There's no Xmas special. We don't know what the future is, but don't worry. CBeebies have got you covered. We're not three. No 3-year-old is reading that press statement going, oh, thank God. I was worried about that. Like, I was going to have to watch Bluey repeats, but don't worry. Doctor Who's on CBeebies, guys. Stay calm. Sorry, I was having a rant about CBeebies. Let's read the chat. Shout out to Connor Sullivan 7407. Thank you very much, Connor Sullivan, who has super chatted and said, hoping RTD stays as EP, executive producer, like Kevin Feige to Marvel. Yeah, this is a good point, Connor. I've said similar before, because I do think Russell, especially if any of you haven't read The Writer's Tale, I would absolutely suggest, like, go and read it. It's such a good book, but it's Russell talking about like the process of writing Doctor Who, the strains and the stresses of it from his original run, and yeah, it's he knows the show inside out. He is one of the biggest fans. He would be like, yeah, let Russell oversee some stuff. Maybe dial it back a little bit with the Space Babies, but let him oversee it. I'd be happy with that. But realistically, I don't think he's going to do that. I think he's out. Russell's gone. We've seen our last Russell T Davies script, and realistically, Stephen Moffat as well. Like, The legends that are Stephen Moffat and Russell T Davies left on the reality war and Joy to the World. Like, wow. Bradders LFC 2005. Thank you very much to Bradders LFC 2005. Bradders says in a super chat, what are your thoughts on the way the show should come back in the future? Like, should it be a full reboot, soft reboot, or possibly a prequel series? Bradders, I like this question a lot. This is something that I concern every my brain never shuts off, right? This is going somewhere. But when I'm sat down, or when I'm on a train, or when I'm in the car, or wherever, it's ticking over with thoughts. And this would be a cool script. That would be a cool idea. This would be a fun thing. Da, da, da. And the amount of times I've thought, how do you sort of keep Doctor Who alive? Bring it correctly into the 2020s as such. I think a semi-full reboot. I think I've discussed this in a video, but having the Doctor lobbed into a parallel universe or something like that, where it's technically the same continuity, a showrunner in the future can go back to the original universe. You also can bring in characters from the original universe who can fall into this universe as well. That just brings in so much potential and it makes it feel fresh. I think, yeah, and it gives the Doctor some character stuff. Putting the Doctor in like a soft rebooted version of the universe where they're like, oh, I can never go back to my original universe. Time got too messy there. All of this. I think, yeah, that would be a good approach forward. But we've got to remember Doctor Who is safe for now, so let's not all panic. I do think as well, Bradders, the thought of a prequel series is interesting. I know back in the 2000s, Russell was actually considering making a Young Adventures of the Doctor series, which never went anywhere and it got replaced with Sarah Jane, thankfully. But yeah. Um, Right, what have we got going on here? Once again, guys, sorry if I've missed any chats. Please do feel free to retype them. Just don't spam the chat. You can also whack in a super chat if you 100% want to make sure I've read them. Sam from Cyber Industries says, we're all 20-something now-year-olds who are going to be binging a CBeebies show. Absolutely. Like, it's what times we're in. Oscar Watt says, Doctor in Distress 2 coming. Oh, yeah, let's get it trending. Hashtag Doctor in Distress. Let's just not get cancelled on Twitter again. Do you think they'll ever address the ending in the show or just act like it never happened? Realistically, um, they're not they're not going to address it, are they? It's you can't. If Russell's not writing it, which we now have confirmation he's not, Russell's gone, Russell's off. We're never going to get an in-canon, in-universe explanation for this. When we see the Doctor next, we're just going to see it 2005 vibes. They're going to show up. They're going to have been established. It's not going to be a post-regeneration story. It's crazy. After watching Tiptoe, I was so excited for Christmas. I know, Tiptoe's really good. If you guys haven't seen Tiptoe, go and check it out. For all of you who doubt whether Russell still has the source, whether Russell's still a good writer, get on Tiptoe. It's such a good show. Um, Wansel says no prequel series, please. That ruins Star Trek. I was speaking to a friend as well earlier who was saying like, oh, they've taken Star Trek and Doctor Who away from me. So I didn't even know that Star Trek had fully been taken away. But R.I.P. Star Trek. Um, The Fugitive Doctor is basically going to be the next Wilderness Years Doctor, like 8 was on Big Finish. Yeah, this is the video I was actually planning on making this morning, is a video about the Fugitive Doctor sort of becoming the face of Doctor Who with Circuit Breaker and how long is this going to go on for, but I think that video is going to be more and more relevant, so expect that soon. It's coming to you soon. Well, what else have we got on here? That news was not a surprise, says the TARDIS. Yeah, they bloody should sort out Rose, says Northman89. I know it is frustrating, but at this point, I think it's almost such a mess. You can't truly sort it out properly, which I think is I honestly believe as well, one of the reasons they binned off this script. Russell tried draft after draft after draft, and he knows what makes a good script. I think he looked at it and went, this is shit. I can't do it. I can't make a good script. I reckon that was his exact thought process. And Not because he's incapable, but because it's almost written into a corner, like, without just doing a big bombastic nostalgia fest. What do you do here? Another super chat. Thank you very much to Jared Cooper. This is incredibly generous, Jared. Thank you very much. Jared says, people forget that RTD and Moffat started writing for Who during the Wilderness years. I wonder what future showrunner will get their start in this one. That's a good point. The Wilderness years does sort of breed people to make their own Doctor Who. I can't lie as well. One of my first thoughts when seeing this wasn't just like, ah, Doctor Who's doomed. I want to make more. Like the Echo Saga, if you haven't seen it on my channel, a bunch of fan films we've all made, go and check those out. But it makes me want to make more. If there's no actual Doctor Who, people want Doctor Who. Like, I am currently working on another film project that's not Doctor Who, so all go and check out the fundraiser for Notes to Self. It's an original musical short film. There is, without any spoilers, there's elements of Doctor. You could say it's inspired by Doctor Who. There's like a weird little creature thing that's going to be a puppet that we've paid nearly £1,000 for. Um, there's I'm trying not to give too much of the plot away, but there's a little bit of sort of time travel type elements. The central character as well is very Doctor Who companion coded. So Notes to Self, um, check it out when it comes out. That, in fact, I'm aiming, me and Charlie, who's writing music for it, we're aiming to have that done for December. So it could be quite funny, actually. I might release that on Christmas Day if it's ready by then. We're hoping it will be. We're recording the songs and stuff next week. But if it is, that'd be quite fun. That's your Christmas special, guys. Um, Northman says, please make more fan films. You guys keep the fandom alive. I think it's gonna happen. Obviously, as I say at the moment, we are making a separate non-Doctor Who project, which we're trying to get into festivals and get somewhere out there. But yeah, I absolutely, more Doctor Who stuff's on the way. I mean, I'm already doing some stuff as well for DW 2012. I know Luke Newman has loads and loads of plans. There's also so many fantastic fan film creators out there. I was watching the other day, what's it called? Fractured Timeline. They're really cool. There's loads of audio stuff as well out there. So yeah, there's gonna be a lot of Doctor Who content to come, and Big Finish obviously fills that gap. There's I think, is it called Red Twilight as well? There's an audio series that sounds pretty cool. Um, Dominic's in chat. Hello, Dom. Dom says, agreed on the creative aspect. The bad news does make you want to make more Doctor Who fan projects and keep the spirit alive with £2.50 a paperclip and a lot of heart and vibes. Absolutely. I mean, well, it's the Purple Doctor, but yeah, it is just. Oh, I just come on. Come on, as a fandom, we've not got to get down or miserable or angry about this. We haven't got to rage or quit. Just keep it going, keep it alive. That's how Doctor Who survived in the 90s. I mean, I don't think we'll have a 16-year wait here. There's so many more fan films, fan audios, fan dramas. I mean, if you guys have any, please feel free to promote yourselves in the chat right now, because I love watching a good, or listening to like a good Doctor Who fan creation. So if any of you guys have them, get them in the chat. It's good fun. I've been considering for a while as well doing like a video talking about um a bunch of Doctor Who fan stuff, because there's so much out there that's genuinely, oh, it's great stuff. Right, sorry, I'm going to try and catch up with chat because I've sort of ignored you all for ages. Apologies. um, Evans Connor says, Satellite 5 podcast was brilliant on Sunday. Can't wait for this week's. Any hint, Joe? This week's is being recorded tonight, and as you could probably imagine from the news, this week's Satellite 5 will be all of us having a breakdown about Doctor Who. Artie is angry, which is a rarity. I had a brief chat with Tharies. Tharies isn't happy either. Elise, I think, is just mourning. Rosanna doesn't know yet. And I think I might be the most positive one out of all of them. But we'll find out on the podcast this evening. So, yeah, let's stay tuned for that, guys. That, as I say, that will be dropping for members sooner. Like, as soon as we've recorded it tonight, I'm going to try and edit it, possibly have it up tonight. I don't know. No, Percy Throw It won't be live, I'm afraid. Sam from Cyber Industries says, Artie will at least be happy that Tennant doesn't say I love you in the special. Yes, he will. He will. But oh, it's so funny when I called him earlier. He was proper raging down the phone. I've got a video as well. I might put it in the podcast of just Artie walking down the street going like, I've sat and thought about this for a while, and I'm still furious. It's like, oh, Joe's speed round the acceptance stage says Hayden, it's tired. Yeah, yeah, I guess I have. Hello, Dr. Puppet in chat says you can always binge all the Dr. Puppet Christmas specials. Absolutely. I mean, Dr. Puppet, if you haven't seen, is absolutely incredible. Like I remember, I think it must have been 2013. Was it 2013? It was when Matt Smith was leaving, I think. There was a really cool, like, Dr. Puppet Christmas special. There's loads of them as well, but I have such a fond memory. So, I mean, thank you to Dr. Puppet. You're in chat. I'll just, I hope I don't make you feel old with saying this, but I was in primary school, like year six, probably about like 9 or 10 years old when all those Matt Smith ones were coming out. And I remember just like binge watching them all on my grandma's iPad over the Christmas period. So, guys, check out Dr. Puppet. Incredible stuff. Incredible stuff. And I've seen on Instagram this morning actually, Dr. Puppet have a like a new short film thing out with like little VHSs talking to each other, which looks really cool. So this is what I mean by fan creativity. There's so much good Doctor Who stuff out there. Like, go and check it all out. It's amazing. Once again, I've neglected the chat for 5 minutes. Sorry, guys. If you do want me to 100% read your chat, please feel free to super chat. There's no obligation, but it will flash up aggressively on my screen, so I won't be able to miss your comment. I just imagine Joe sad at the barbers seeing the announcement. Luckily, I'd made it just out of the barbers. I'd had the haircut. I got in the car, drove home, and then ping. I was on the drive, and I looked at my phone and was like, "Oh shit, what is this going to be?" Go straight into the house. I'm reading it. It's just crazy, crazy times. I genuinely can't quite believe that this. Like when Russell said last week, a press statement is on the way. I was like, okay, this is going to be some sort of like, oh yeah, David Tennant's back, Billy Piper's back. Yeah, it's not all over. Don't panic. But Russell's like, press statement's on the way. I'm leaving. Show's gone. It's like, oh god. Sam from Cypress Industry says, I got woken up to bad news. Opened Instagram to make me feel better. Bad idea. Oh God. Well, I hope the non-Doctor Who bad news. I hope that's all good with you. Some guy says retcon Russell era and Chibnall. I don't think you should retcon Doctor Who. My brother's in the chat who says dead trim. Tom, do you want to fight? Do you want to fight? Nick Boy Crow says, I do some Doctor Who fan creations like my own fan series on a small budget. But yeah, we still got Big Finish, comic books, new figures coming out, and Circuit Breaker. So we still have things. That's very cool. Yeah, I feel like I think I have seen some of your Doctor Who stuff, Nick Boy Crow. I feel it's ringing a bell. But yeah, the Circuit Breaker stuff is on the way, and I'm being sent one of the Fugitive Doctor comics to review. So expect that on the channel at some point. But I am looking forward to seeing what that's all about. Huge thank you to Green Thunder, I imagine that says, but once again, YouTube is hiding the full name. Yeah, Green Thunder 1987. Thank you very much to Green Thunder 1987 for the super chat, who says, does this mean we're going to get a fourth season 1 now when it eventually comes back? Only Doctor Who would have 4 season 1s. I'm afraid, Green Thunder, it probably does. It just realistically, they can't continue. Like, it's not when it comes back, it's not going to be Doctor Who season 3, is it? Like the Disney era, I think they're just sort of popping it away in a little box and going, that was that. We're done with that for now. But yeah, it's going to be. I reckon though, this is what like the way Doctor Who Flux did Doctor Who subtitle Doctor Who Flux. I think that's going to be the future. It's the new series. I mean, I did it for the fan stuff. Doctor Who Echo. I feel like when you're trying to number it, it's just there's so many numbers, so many starting positions. If you just go, oh, I'm a fan of Doctor Who Flux, or I'm a fan of Doctor Who Echo, like that's a logical way forward to me. NJH01 says, I thought there was no way that it would be bad news. I know, it's crazy. Oscar Watt, I woke up my mate with this news, ruined his day. Flick R, 887881 says, looks like I'm living through another round of wilderness years. I know. I feel so bad for all the people that had to experience the first wilderness years as well. It's like that bit from Wilf in Turn Left where I was like, it's happening again. It's coming back, guys. But I have faith it's not going to be as long a wait. If I'm being honest right now, this is my prediction. I can clip this in a future video in years to come. I reckon Doctor Who will return to our screens in 2028. 2028 no, 2027 Christmas. Yeah, no, it'll be 2028. Early 2028, they're going to go, bam, Doctor Who's back. New showrunner. Please, Jack Thorne. Someone like Jack Thorne. Get Jack Thorne in. He'd be amazing. Right. Once again, guys, sorry if I've missed your chats. Please feel free to not spam the chat, but re-pop them in. The doctor just needs a nap for a bit, says Laurie Lott. Yeah, let's put the doctor to bed like an old person. Just you'll be all right. You just take your tablets, Doctor Who. You'll be fine. CXK9 says an unknown actor would add to the mystery of the Doctor, then we can't anticipate the personality of the incarnation. Yeah, I do think this is the thing with Ncuti Gatwa as well. Doctor Who managed to sort of lock onto him as he was becoming famous. Like, yeah, it's no wonder he didn't, no wonder he chose to leave, rather. When, I mean, there's that story as well. Once again, I can't say how confirmed this is, it's hearsay, but there was that story that broke. Apparently, one of the reasons Ncuti chose to leave was he was offered this big perfume commercial in New York that would have made him like the exact, well, it's slightly more than an entire season of Doctor Who for a week's shoot. And he had to turn that down because season 3 was supposed to happen. Season 3 didn't happen, and Ncuti understandably was like, I can't keep turning down these high-paid jobs to not get like Doctor Who filmed, so he chose to leave. I think that's one of the things that, as I say, that's hearsay. That could be inaccurate, so don't take that fully as truth. Force Dalek says, hello, Force Dalek. Shout out to Force Dalek, by the way, guys. He's another good Doctor Who content creator. Force Dalek says, I agree. It won't take long to be snapped up. Then next year, they'll kick into production, summer/autumn, in my opinion. Absolutely. I do think this is the thing. There's so much buzz about Doctor Who. There are so many fans. So many brands are like, they jump at the opportunity to have Doctor Who or to make Doctor Who or to collab with Doctor Who. They'll probably be online. They might be here right now. Hello HBO. Hello streamers. Please pick up Doctor Who. Please. They'll go online, see the fandom, see how angry they are. I also do think they'll see if the demand is there. So all of you Doctor Who fans sort of going, let's let the show rest. We don't want it. No, make your voices known. These companies will act if they think there is a demand there. There is a demand for Doctor Who. There's currently 286 of you watching this right now. That's 286 people who I imagine want to watch Doctor Who. We want new Doctor Who. There is an audience there. We just need to make ourselves known. Douglas Browning says, the show has never rebooted. It needs a fresh slate at this point. Both the 1996 Fox TV film and the 2005 were set in the same canon as the classic stuff. This is the thing, though. I think you can kind of do it while still adhering to the continuity, as I say, if you do put the Doctor in a parallel universe or something. Like, for the fans, and because you don't want to ruin a 60-something year legacy, do you? Like, just don't fully reboot it, but pop the Doctor in a new universe. Keep it adjacent, parallel, running alongside the normal Doctor Who that we all know and love. Doctor Who Boy 14 says, keep a lookout for Crimson Productions' The Four Doctors 3-part special. I will do, that sounds interesting. Right, let's scroll to the bottom of the chat. Some guy says no more spin-offs, I think, and focus on the main show. NCG7987 says the Doctor overdosed on illicit drugs and it made his consciousness and body Enter a parallel universe, reboot the show from there. Genius. That would work really well. Uh, Bradley Lee says Doctor Who will come back more serialized, so will be similar to Flux every season. Yeah, I do think this would be a good idea. This would be a good idea. Captain Brody says hello from Mobile, Alabama. Hello, hello. Um, Sorry, the chat's just jumped. Tara with Gord says, "When is Satellite Five's tender going in then?" It's a good point. Let's. I reckon we could do it. Satellite Five have enough funds to buy Doctor Who. I reckon it will. We can dream. Percy Thrower says, "Honestly, I don't care if it comes back or not. We had 60 great years of Who, and most of it was good." See, I don't know. I don't want it to go. I don't want it to go. Huge shout out. Thank you very much to Fasanista. I hope I've said that right, but Fasanista has donated a super chat. Shout out to Fasanista. They say, "I don't understand why he had to be so callous towards the fans in his post. He gaslit us that he had written Xmas, then mocked us for expectations." Um, See, you're on a similar wavelength to Artie from the Satellite 5 podcast, okay? There's a lot of people who have understandably been quite upset or quite angry at this post from Russell and angry at the whole situation because if it's true that this was all a lie, that is frustrating, but I'm just saying now, guys, you can go and check out my full video. It's not true. I'm sat in the chair. In Russell's post, he goes, "You can sit in a chair and argue about it all you like." I'm sat in my chair and I'm arguing it. There were scripts written. He said in Doctor Who magazine, and he gave 3 words from the scripts. He repeatedly talked about BBC bosses. Murray Gold said there were scripts written. I think there is way more going on here than we know. The official line they're trying to run with is, "Oh, don't worry, it was never really going to happen. We were just trying to get it." No, 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 no. I think it was very, very close to happening. Billy Piper's schedule got delayed. Tennant couldn't do it, and they went, "Oh, bloody hell, this is more hassle. Let's stop it." And they've stopped the special. That's what's happened, I think. That's my opinion. I could be wrong. But I think that's one of the reasons Russell is trying to lie. Not lie. Lie seems harsh, but I know what you mean. I think he's trying to sort of make it as calm as possible. Like he's just going, "This is fine. This is the future. Don't worry." And also, I think it's the way he writes sometimes. Like when you read a lot of it, you kind of know that I think it's tongue in cheek kind of love for the fans. Because I remember people got quite upset during the 60th when he wrote what I found really funny, like this column in Doctor Who magazine that was about the opening of the Star Beast when he first watched it, and he was like, "Oh God, stock footage! You can't use stock footage. Oh, when's the 11th Doctor showing up? When's this? Da 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 da. Oh, they've reused this." And he was putting himself in the mind of a fan. But I think the thing we've got to remember, Russell is a fan. I don't think he means offence by this post. I can understand why people would be annoyed, but I think there's a lot of stuff that went on behind the scenes. There's a lot of struggles from all the people on board. It's very difficult, but yeah, I guess time will tell. I hope it does. I hope we find out. I want a writer's tale too. I want a full documentary on all of this. I want to know everything that happened. Um, Johnny Vegas. Someone's just said 12th Doctor fan has just said Johnny Vegas. Let's give a shout out to Johnny Vegas. Why not? uh, we have another super chat here from Fasanista. Thank you very much, Fasanista, who says, "He's a serial liar, then the king of hyperbole." That title, I reckon, perfect. King of hyperbole. I think that you've summed up Russell very well there. The king of hyperbole. Yeah, I mean it's his catchphrase, isn't it? Absolutely marvelous. It's and I think this is when we knew that the special wasn't going to happen, or when the doubts started to creep in. The hyperbole victorious, very good. When we started to think that the special wouldn't happen is when Russell stopped absolutely marvelousing. It's what I've said in my videos from today. But the second Russell stopped going, "Oh, this special will be marvelous. It'll be on the floor. It'll be da 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 da." When he stopped doing that, I was like, "Oh, there's trouble here. There is trouble here." Um, right, what have we got? Uh, Joe, does this mean the Satellite 5 is over? No. Or does it? No. No, it doesn't. Satellite 5 is here to stay for at least a while. I'll give you some the hopes for Satellite 5. The problem is, at the moment, other than like the YouTubey stuff, most of my spare time is being taken up with preparing for our musical film that I've written, the Notes to Self thing. You can go and check out the crowdfunding campaign if you want, guys. Really appreciate it. We've just hit over £2,000, which is crazy. But yeah. Where was I going with this? Oh no, once that's done, in December, well, the plan was to sort of do it leading up to the Christmas special. Well, oh dear. Um, but we're hoping to book a studio sort of space and film what we'd like to deem the Doctor Who equivalent of like, like Beta Squad or the Sidemen or those types of videos. Doctor Who versions of that in person in a studio, and then release those on Sundays. So it's not just podcasts. You get maybe like a podcast a week. Well, one podcast one week, then like a Hoodle in live action another week, or then a guest star, then an interview, like a load of different things, still with the Satellite 5, but various forms. So don't worry, Satellite 5 isn't going anywhere anytime soon. Sam from Cybers Industry says, not to get morbid, but Susan isn't coming back, is she? Um, See, I did think about this earlier because it is just sad, isn't it? I mean, it's. I hope it's not going to happen now because Russell's left. But if I were Russell, I'd have written like a small, sweet Tales of the TARDIS kind of Christmas thing to give us on Christmas Day, where obviously you can't solve every plot thread, but where Susan sort of shows up and says like goodbye to the Doctor, or just something little and nice, because you can't tease Carol Ann Ford and then just forget about it. It's sad. It's sad. Four Starlight says, "Yo, I'd love to be in a Beta Squad style video." Yeah, look, if all of this happens, which is the hope, the plan, we'll be getting one of the videos I'd really love to do. You know how we did the other week, like a Hoodle IRL, where we got Doctor Who fans to recreate a scene in a picture and we had to guess it. I want to do like a live version of that where we bring in a bunch of WhoTubers into the studio and they have to like perform a scene and we have to guess what the scene is. Just videos like that, I think, would be so much fun. So subscribe and become a channel member, guys, if you want to check out all of the Satellite 5 stuff that's hopefully coming in the future. Um, until it gets cancelled, and then we release a press statement saying it's we're shopping out the rights to Satellite 5. KSI to join and form the Satellite 6. Yeah, that's why he left the Sidemen, actually. We're in talks with KSI. No, no, we're not, before someone takes that out of context. Not that that needed clarifying, but, Doctor Who fans, you never know. You never know. Bailey Grant says, bring back K9 and Luke. Yeah, bring back I love K9. Why hasn't K9 been around? Every showrunner says, I've thought about bringing back K9. Chibnall said it in one of his interviews. Russell, I heard, say it in his 60th interview the other day. I was reminiscing on back when I had hope about Doctor Who. But yeah, K9, bring him back at some point. Um, Hear me out, Doctor Who, but they focus on the time travel element, having a companion from the 1920s who slowly understands the world while travelling with the Doctor. Yeah, something along those lines. I've written in my what I'd do if I was showrunner video, which is now I think like 6 years old. It's actually one of my favourite videos I've ever made, so if you haven't seen it, go and check it out. I also sort of predicted the future in that video, because that's from like lockdown. Well, end of lockdown, when you could just start to see people outside, because most of it's shot in fields for that reason. But I was like, I'd sell it, not sell it, but give the rights to Disney Plus to make like a 10 episode series and da 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 da, which is what they went and did. But then they also added in some space babies to the mix. So you can't win them all. You can't win them all. Um, Nobody wants to admit that trying to appeal to a wider audience killed the show, says TMB Sports. Um, I think the problem is if you try and appeal to everyone, you end up pleasing no one. I feel like that is something that happens time and time again in life. So yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a shame, isn't it? It's a shame. Every fan chip in $1. Yeah, this is the let's buy Doctor Who as a collective. We will all buy Doctor Who. I mean, yeah, it's this has I do want to start. I want to more Doctor Who content will come from me in the future, film wise. We'll do some Doctor Who stuff before it comes back on TV officially. Mark my words. You haven't seen the last of Doctor Elise. Thanos, thank you very much, Thanos, for the super chat. Really appreciate it. Thanos says, I lived through the first wilderness years and witnessed fans unite. I hope us fans reunite once again, having to live through the wilderness years together. See, this is the spirit I like to see. Thanos is onto it. Thanos knows. This is the thing. It's very easy to read that press statement, as Artie and a couple of others have done, and panic and shout and go, "This is the end of days." It's not. It's the beginning. Not to sound like a Facebook mum, but there you go. Doctor Who will continue. It will continue. We're going to be here. It's all going to be fine. There's so many dedicated fans out there. It's not going away anytime soon. But yeah, thank you very much, Thanos, for the super chat. We have another super chat here from John Robinson 3382. Thank you very much to John Robinson 3382, who says, or asks rather, what will come first? The 14th and 15th Doctor's soundtrack, or the announcement of the next reboot slash continuation? I think they're neck and neck in the race, you know. I reckon they're looking over at each other like who's gonna win this race? Who's gonna win this race? Murray Gold has said he is gonna get these soundtracks out there. Okay, so hopefully they're coming relatively soon. But I've just remembered as well. I don't know why this has reminded me, but let's light a candle in memory of Doctor Who. Okay, I was going to do this right at the start of the live stream. I'm going to burn this room. If it'd be really funny if this room goes up in flames right now. I don't know. It is working. It's not. How can I not light a candle? Like, guys, can you give me some encouragement in the chat? I'm really struggling here. Can't do it. To be fair, I think it's now out of gas. Yeah, you're just watching me become an arsonist. Oh no, no, there we go. There's a flame. Hey, we've got the candle going. Sorry about that. However many minutes detour. Let's precariously balance it on there and hope that we don't go up in flames. I am going to move that because I don't trust myself. But there we go. That's a candle in memory of Doctor Who. Um, who will one day return. We can only hope. Shout out to Fashionista. Thank you very much for another super chat who says, there never was a Christmas special. We made it up. And if you're disappointed by that, it was your own fault for believing me. He was definitely fired, by the way. Well, I mean, we'll address this because I have seen this in the chat quite a bit as well. Thanks, Fashionista, for the super chat. But did Russell jump or was he pushed? It's the Clockwork Man and Deep Breath all over again. A lot of people are speculating that Russell was pushed, and if you ask me my opinion, I don't think he was pushed. I think he jumped. Like the ship was sinking. Russell got his absolutely marvelous life jacket on, hopped off. Fair play. We now need another captain to come in and somehow rebuild the ship while it's sinking. It can happen. But I can see why people think that, but people in the TV industry love Russell so much. Like, I'm aware Space Babies is a bit questionable. He's written some things that other people have been like, oh yeah, I don't like that, I don't like that. But within the industry, it is mad. You mention Russell's name, everyone will have, oh my god, I love Russell so much. Oh my god, Russell's the best writer of them all time. Oh, man. People in the TV industry love Russell T Davies. He was not pushed, I don't believe. We could be wrong, maybe more will come out, but yeah, and this is the thing. I get the frustration. I get the feeling of almost being lied to. I get it is frustrating and it is difficult to sort of comprehend everything that's going on. But yeah, don't panic, guys. That's that's the moral of the week. Captain Brody says maybe his paycheck was held. Sam says RTD 100% a jumper. Um, Russell didn't jump and he wasn't pushed. He fell. Plot twist. Plot twist. Maybe he fell. That's a good. Maybe he did fall. It was kind of a bit of both. People were, yeah, maybe. Who knows? Um, what else have we got going on here? Not leaving the sinking ship like a rat. Oh dear. He does not take the show seriously. We're doomed. We've got a super chat here. Shout out to Old Web Shooter. Thank you very much, Old Web Shooter, for the super chat, who says, could you please do a Classic Who reaction series? It's not impossible, you know. The only trouble is, when I have done reaction videos and stuff before, this feels like a wake. Sorry. When I have done reaction videos and stuff before, the bloody BBC copyright strike and take all of the profit, and it just becomes unsustainable. Because obviously, this channel is a big source of my income as well, and I would love to do reaction videos and stuff, but like the BBC copyright, like my review of Threads on my second channel, Joe Street, go and check it out if you haven't seen it. But they copyright claimed that, and it's a review. I barely played any footage, and it's like, how have they managed this? But it's not impossible, you know, Old Web Shooter. Classic A reactions could happen. If you guys want to see that, get it in the chat as well, because this is the thing. I like, obviously I'm not going to make any video you guys suggest, but if there are videos that people want to do, and that is something I would be interested in, you can recommend stories and stuff. Yeah, start it. Why not? Right, what else have we got going on in the chat? Mark Fencorp says, Stargate and Doctor Who have both died in the same week. How can one possibly even process? And I do think TV is sort of collapsing, but this is the thing. A bunch of TV shows are getting cancelled or collapsing. Star Wars is in crisis, Star Trek is in crisis, Doctor Who's in crisis. All of these things are happening. But from these ashes, I think things are going to rise up. Smaller filmmakers, new voices. I do think there's a chance here. Just wait until 2063, the copyright laws will be gone by then. No, they'll have found a way to extend them. They always do. Liam Clear's in chat. Shout out to Liam Clear, wonderful actor who's been in a bunch of the films and stuff I've made. Liam Clear says, this is your time, my friend. Get writing, get moving forward with the BBC. It's the dream, Liam. It's the dream. We've got to make it happen one day. If I ever get anywhere near Doctor Who, Liam, I'll be casting you. Do not fear. Liam will be there. It's, yeah, I would love to write for Doctor Who. If there's, look, BBC, if you're watching right now, I'm here. I'm here. I'm one call away, and I promise I won't require a big salary at all. Okay, I'll do it for free. Actually, just anything. Um, no, but yeah, I do honestly think new voices and newer talent and stuff it's headed to Doctor Who. It's headed to the future of all these franchises. It looks bleak now, but I do think the BBC are committed, and they'd be crazy not to. The amount of money in Doctor Who, the amount of fans, the amount of fandom, the amount of merch, it will survive. Okay, so don't panic. Gen70 Max says, do you think Doctor Who should be in movie form, be in cinemas, then coming back to TV shows? It would be cool to see Doctor Who in movie form, I can't lie. I would like to see that. Not forever. I think it functions best as a TV show, but if it did take for a couple of years a little detour to do some movies, I'd be there, front row. Liam says, legend, really hope it'll work out for you. If there's ever a time to push your stories, it's now. Absolutely, absolutely. Epic Joe WI, thank you very much for the super chat, Epic Joe WI. There is no question with that, so I don't know if you've accidentally sent that without a question. If you have, drop it in the live chat and I will try and find it and answer it for you, but shout out and thank you to the for you. Messed that up. Thank you for the super chat. There we go. We've got another super chat in here from Captain Brody 269. Thank you very much to Captain Brody 269, who says fans could write short stories for new episodes. Absolutely. I mean, the way Doctor Who, this is one of the things that sort of baffles me, but classic Doctor Who, and I get why you can't do it now, so it doesn't baffle me too much, but classic Doctor Who, there are a bunch of scripts that were just sent in. Like, fans could write a script, send it into the BBC, and get it commissioned if it was good, which is crazy. I wish the system work like that now. I get why it doesn't. And I get copyright wise, they're literally not allowed to accept unsolicited scripts. Like, if I were to just send a script to the BBC, they literally couldn't read it, they couldn't open it, they'd have to send it back in case it lined up with something that they had planned, and then I could accuse them of stealing the idea. It's that sort of thing. So, yeah. Sam from Cyber Industry says, guys, let's remember what happened last time Doctor Who got cancelled and a movie came out. Yeah, let's just not give it to Americans. No offense, Americans. We love you, but Doctor Who, no. Right, we've got another super chat here. Thank you very much to Doctor Who's Magical. Let me have a look at your full username. Sorry, Doctor Who's Magical Entertainer. Uh, yeah, no, Doctor Who's Magical Entertain 100. Thank you very much for the super chat. Really appreciate it. Doctor Who says Pete McTighe is our saviour, the new showrunner. I honestly don't. I was kind of expecting Pete McTighe to take over after Russell. This is, for those of you who don't know, the guy who wrote Lucky Day, the guy who showran War Between the Land and the Sea, Kablam. What other stories did he do? Someone remind me in chat. But I was kind of expecting him to be Russell's natural successor. I think Russell had hoped that. There were leaks and rumours going around that he was, in fact, Russell's number one pick to take over. But I think the BBC have gone different ways. The BBC don't want that. They want something completely different, completely new. So, while I wouldn't be against Pete McTighe, I don't think it's going to happen realistically. I think they want something completely different, something completely new. It's gonna be different. TARDIS Enjoyer says, just chucking this back into that chat in case you missed it, Joe. No notification, but glad to be here. Was going to have a meal deal today, but not with the news. I know it's a non-meal deal day. It's a day of mourning. That's why we've got the candle going in memory of Doctor Who. Yeah, there's a lot of debate in chat about whether Pete should do it. Would you guys be happy with Pete McTighe taking over as showrunner? Elise of Satellite 5 podcast fame is in chat with a very, very clear and concise message of FML. Yeah, I mean, as I was saying earlier, Satellite 5, we're recording this evening, only, oh bloody hell, only a couple of hours away actually. So yeah, but yeah, the Satellite 5's going to be interesting this evening. Elise, give us a tease for your thoughts on the news without spoiling too much. We'll save a lot of it for the podcast. But yeah, Elise, how did you feel for this news? I guess we're giving a shout out to Sam from Cyber Industries here. It's just flashed up green member for 1 month. That's Sam from Cyber Industries. Pete's writing is so slow. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Elise is resigning, guys. Elise quits the podcast. She's had enough. The podcasts need you. See, Elise, the people want you. The people need you. You can't leave. Um, you know how I was comparing it to the Sidemen earlier in this live stream? Maybe Elise is the KSI leaving the Sidemen here. But she won't. She'll be there. When are we singing Doctor in Distress, says the Oscar Bro 9656. See, this is my go-to joke on all of this. But I can't sing Doctor in Distress anymore because I got told off of it by the creator of the song and then invited to his birthday party. And then everything went wrong. That was almost exactly a year ago, guys. But actually, me and Theres do a full discussion of that in our Satellite 2, which will be delayed because originally, right, this week's Satellite 2 would have been me and Rosanna, and that would have come out today. It's all edited, ready, and up to go. But because of the news, I'm not going to put out 4 videos in one day. That would be bonkers. So we're going to save that for the weekend. We're going to release Satellite 5 tomorrow, I think. Satellite 5 will be early for members, but we'll release Satellite 5 within the next 2 days. Our discussion of the news. Because this is the last big news we're going to get in a very long time. But yeah, oh god, it's great fun, great fun. We have a super chat here from Laurie Lamp 735445 even. I hope I've pronounced that right, but thank you very much for the super chat. Who says, "I'm glad for a break in the show." We need it. Yeah, we do. Ish. Kind of. I think this is right. This is a point that I haven't seen anybody make yet, and I haven't even made in one of my videos. But I don't think we need to panic because the amount of people that are going to tune in to this revival of Doctor Who, I reckon, and you can clip this for however many years' time until it airs, it's going to be wild. Because if this Christmas special happened, yes, it would keep us going for the meantime, but people would watch it and they go, oh, Doctor Who. Whereas what's happened here, Doctor Who has been stopped in its tracks and cancelled. They have gone, what we're doing right now isn't working. We're going to do something else in the future. So when that future thing happens, it's not like the general public will be like, oh, it's going to be more of the same. It's going to be completely new. I think as painful as it is to lose the Christmas special, it's a sort of a fresh start. It's a fresh chance for Doctor Who to succeed. It just needs whoever takes over to do a good job. Because if they do a banger job, I think we could see a genuinely really successful future for Doctor Who. And that's quite exciting. Um, you going again to the birthday this year, says Oscar, what, 12? We did actually get an invite, but no. I think it's probably best not to. Um, when will the Rosanna vid drop, says Percy Thrower. It should be this weekend, Percy. I think it'll be on Sunday. I think we won't have a Satellite 5 Sunday. As Elise says there, we've lost the alliteration. It won't be a Satellite 5 Sunday. It will be a Satellite 5 Thursday or Friday, and then a Satellite 2 on the Sunday, just because you're going to want to hear our thoughts on this news as quick as possible. So we'll switch those around a bit, but don't worry, you'll still get your usual back to formula. So you'll kind of get a spam of Satellite 5 because you'll get a Satellite 5 this Thursday or Friday, then Sunday, then Wednesday of next week. So it's not all bad. Dean 4 says, Joe, you and Luke Newman could write up a decent episode of Doctor Who for BBC to think about. It'd be lovely, but we can't send unsolicited scripts, I'm afraid. That's Oh, it's a pain, isn't it? Huge shout out to Sam. Right, let's see the full channel name. Sam McKeras 489. Thank you very much, Sam, for the super chat. Who says, "So is the War Between just not coming out on Disney Plus?" I know. It's bloody mental, isn't it? How have they still not released The War Between the Land and the Sea internationally? I want to know what happened behind the scenes. I want to know everything that went on because Disney, you need to buck your ideas up, okay? That got decent viewing figures on BBC iPlayer. It's perfect for your content as well. Like the amount of TikToks of like the fish people have left the water and are now in Parliament. Like, look, The War Between, sure, the ending stinks of poo. But overall, it was a pretty decent series. Episode 3 was an absolute banger. Like, get it out there. They just need to do it right when it comes back. No baby Erics, please. Yep, this is a baby Eric free zone. No baby Erics. Putting my foot down. Huge thank you to Doctor Who. Let's have a look at the channel. Doctor Who's Magical Entertain 100. Thank you very much for the super chat. Who says, I've created a tier list of celebrities I would love to play the 16th Doctor. If I share the link, I would love to see you do it in a video. I can't make any promises, but share the link because that's very similar to a couple of videos I've made in the past or a couple of video ideas I have for the future. So get it in chat or in comments actually, because chat sometimes disappears. But yeah, it could be cool. Could be cool. Time to watch Sarah Jane and remember the good old days. Elise, get your political thriller script written. An opportunity is coming. Absolutely. Elise says, and a Satellite Friday live vid for my birthday. Shall we do it? We could do, yeah. I mean, I'm driving Rosanna, Elise's sister, and I feel like there's someone else in my car. I've probably forgotten. Up to Elise's on Friday, or down to Elise's on Friday even, for her birthday. So Elise, if we have time, we'll do a mini live stream. Okay, so guys, lock in. We might be doing a live satellite. Artie won't manage to be there. Tharies won't be there. Artie might show up, but late. But it'll be Osh. Osh will be there. We can substitute Artie in for Osh. Who can we get as the Tharies replacement? Ailish, Elisa's sister. She can be Tharies for the week. Also, yeah, everyone, give Elise a happy birthday in the chat. It's her birthday very soon. Right, what are we looking for here? Ian Levine. Hello, Ian. Please explain why it's better not to. What did I do? Ian, it is nothing against you at all. Genuinely. I do respect you for how nice you were to us last year, and yeah, it does mean a lot. One, I legitimately can't make it this year, and two, I think it's just safer because Twitter is crazy. Okay, so Ian, please don't panic. Cheers. Um, what else have we got going on in chat? I'd actually rather a What Went Wrong documentary this Christmas rather than a special, says Sam from Cybus Industries. You know what? Yeah, yeah, I'd love it. I want a full breakdown of what happened. What happened to this show behind the scenes? Because there's so many little pieces of things from everywhere. It's difficult to know. Huge shout out to SomeGuy971-F3J who's given a super chat, by the way, thank you very much. SomeGuy971 says, Phil Ford for showrunner, best head writer for Sarah Jane Adventures. Yeah, you know what? It'd be good. It'd be cool. I'd be here for it. Sam from Cybers Industries says Satellite 5 tour theatres around the country. It would be so much fun. I mean, the problem is we just have to not get cancelled. That's the challenge. I wouldn't get cancelled, but as I literally just mentioned, I mean, Twitter is crazy. Like some of yeah, it's no one says anything that's actually cancel worthy or actually bad, but people online are genuinely mad. So you've always got to be careful online. That's the deal. Satellite something, love it. Happy birthday to Elise. Yeah, everyone give a happy birthday. Why was Susan, says CXK9. I know. Why was Susan? What was Susan? What happened to Susan? You can't bring Susan back, then make her vanish. Oh, it's a shame. It's a shame. Mr. Three Submarine says the Doctor is in desperate need of a rest for several years at least. Then they can reboot it and finally get the show back on track. Um, I wouldn't necessarily say several years. I think the culture moves so quickly, the media landscape moves so quickly. Um, yeah, you just this acts as a little reset point. They've cancelled this vision of Doctor Who. The public will know, okay, the Billy Piper stuff that's been done in the bin. No, 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 no. Ooh, um, as ever, guys, if I have missed your chat, please do feel free to comment it again. I won't be able to read everything. If you super chat, I'll 100% be able to read that. Also, I want to let me open up the page again. I want to give another shout out to anyone who's donated to Notes to Self because we're now over the £2,000 mark, which is crazy stuff. We've only got 1,250 to go till we've hit our mark, I think. I'm trying to find the crowdfunder. Do do do. Yeah, 2,200, no, £2,002, 61% of the way there, which is crazy. Like you guys are incredible. Jonah Hunt, Lua Greenwood, Anonymous, Julian, um, there's so many people here. It's yeah, it's all of you, amazing stuff. I'll actually put the link in chat now if any of you want to donate. There's obviously no pressure as always, but um there you go. That's the closest you'll be getting to Doctor Who this Christmas. We're hoping to get it ready for December. It's a Doctor Who adjacent story in a way, kind of. There's a little creature, there's a little bit of time travel type elements to it. So check it out if you want. Our crowdfunder video is there as well at the link. I might pin it so that it can pin message. I hope that worked. But yeah, thank you very much, guys. Captain Brody says now you can pay your rent. Exactly, exactly. No, no, no. Do you think Eccleston actually comes back now, or do you think they'll try and move on from nostalgia? I think they're going to 100% move on from nostalgia. Also, sorry if I'm looking out the window. It is hailing. It's crazy weather. Can you guys hear that? That's insane. There are people running down the street. It looks like, you know, in Empire of Death when the cloud of Sutex dust or whatever spreads through the street. There's people like shielding themselves and running. I mean, it's great weather for the little bit that I did in my latest video. But I've got to give a shout out to my old housemate Annabelle, who she made that gravestone years ago, and we just never ended up using it. But I was like, I know a use for that gravestone. I'm going to sit outside in the pouring rain and look sadly at this gravestone and superimpose the Doctor Who logo onto it. Um, but yeah, people running down Joe Street. Yeah, not mm, not to dox anyone. I'm not going to tell you who, but there is an actual Joseph Street right next to someone. A member of my family lives very close to Joseph Street, which is hilarious because, yeah, there's pictures of me with that sign as a kid. I need to go back there and get a more modern picture, but Joseph Street used to technically live near Joseph Street, kind of ish, which is quite funny. I'm not doxing anyone. I'm careful. I'm safe. I'm not going to get kidnapped. um, I imagine I'll get the weather soon, says TARDIS Enjoyer. Maybe, maybe Joe, I was named after a road. Oh no. Oh, how have I never? That's a good joke. I like that. I'm gonna steal that and put it in a video. I'm gonna, I'm gonna claim it as my own. Um, that you made me want to do an Empire of Death review just so I can make that joke now. Um, they didn't try hard enough. They could have made the special anything just to end it. Says Just Joe 9819. Yeah, I know. It's just it's sad, isn't it? More than one Joseph Street, this is a rare occurrence. What's really fun with my family is we are able to like whenever we go anywhere, there's like a Thomas Street, a Robert Street, a Mark Street, Rosie Street, Hannah Street, like all of these different street names. We can just whenever we're out, it's like spot your family on a sign. I mean, my grandparents' garden, they have like a Janet Street sign for Janet Street, which is quite fun. Just to dox all my family's names, by the way. Don't stalk their Facebook because there's a couple of you out there who are proper strange who tried to request my younger siblings on Facebook and Instagram. So I'm just saying now, absolutely do not do that. It is bizarre. My family don't want to be your Facebook friends, guys. I'm sorry. Okay, don't do it. Max Block Film says, "Do you think the next Doctor should be a man or a woman or neither?" I think, honestly, they just need to be the person who is right for the role. I would be more drawn to a female Doctor, I'd say, because I want something that feels fresh and new and I love Jodie Whittaker, don't get me wrong, but I want to see a female Doctor done with a little bit more pizzazz. Not necessarily Jodie's fault, but the writing, it was all a little bit iffy at points. And I think you could really explore a female Doctor in an interesting way. So yeah, that would be my choice. Um, the memes of this era were peak. Yeah, there are so many good memes of this era. I would like a feline Doctor. Maybe it'd be a fascinating. I mean, I've always wondered, like a non-human looking Doctor, how would that would that work? It would be too expensive for the BBC now, especially considering they literally don't have the money to fund it and they're looking for someone. Um, I had a theory that the boss was going to be the Valeyard from a Trial of a Time Lord. Yeah. I do you reckon Russell even knew who the boss was? Because I was about to say I want to know Russell's plan for who the boss was going to be, but we've literally had it confirmed. There's a video on the channel where we've actually, like, the question was asked to Anita Dobson, did you know who Mrs. Flood was? She didn't have a clue. Like, did Russell know who the boss was, or did he just sort of go, "Oh, we'll keep writing in the boss"? My theory is Susan. I reckon that's the link there, but there's no way of guaranteeing, is there? Oh, we have a £10 super chat from 999 Cian. Thank you very much. Shout out to you. Really appreciate the super chat. Who says, "I'm sorry to say, his story ends in absolute terror. Night night. If you want to see a good show, darling, I can recommend this one. Better warn you though, limited run only. Show ends May 24th." That's the immortal words of Mrs. Flood in the chat. Thank you very, very much for the super chat. Really appreciate it. But yeah, it's a shame with Mrs. Flood, isn't it? I mean, I can't quite comprehend either that the the Mrs. Flood stuff didn't build to anything. Like, you just had a Rani by generation, and Mrs. Flood wasn't even the main Rani. Like, how do you sideline Anita Dobson? Oh God, God, what a time, what a time. Danny TDW, I got it right this time. I know the letters because as it's Danny, Danny talks Doctor Who. I know my stuff. Um, Danny says, I'm almost certain Russell had no idea. Yeah, I know. It's genuinely, I reckon it was sort of a women of prayer. Hopefully it'll make sense in the future. And someone, I don't know where it's gone, someone pointed out, yeah, Phil Collinson did say in the audio visual commentary for the Star Beast, I think it is, he's like, um, yeah, like, I know who the boss is. We all know who the boss is. It's like when Russell said, "Oh, yeah, I know why everyone's breaking the fourth wall nowadays," and then stops acknowledging that at all. Oh, I reckon, right, as well. Phil Collinson knew that the boss was going to be Omega or Sutek. I think that was sort of the plan because when the Meep says, my boss would be interested, it literally doesn't make any sense with all the other clues. Who would the Meep, Anita, and Rogue all walk for. Walk for? Work for. Unless they're all doing a charity walk for the boss. Maybe that's the plot twist here. But yeah, who knows? Who knows? Anita Dobson wasn't even reading the script. She just got the dates wrong. Yeah, yeah. Show ends June 10th. Yeah. Oh God. It's not ended. It's a new beginning. The boss was Thatchos, says Jimmy. Yes, let's get Thatchos returned to Doctor Who. For those of you who don't know, that's the Cyberman Margaret Thatcher from the parody with it's with Lenny Henry, right? Isn't it? Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it is. Um, Arlo JR Animation says, hello, I am animating the Highlanders on my channel and have been for a few years now. What what you think of it so far. I haven't seen it, but please feel free to comment. I'd love to give that a look. That sounds a really cool project. Exciting, Arlo. Exciting stuff. Drop that in a comment. Not in the live chat, but in the comments section. I've got a more chance of seeing it. I can't make any promises, but I'll hopefully check it out because it does sound quite fun. Dr. Master says, we is cooked. Yep, we is cooked indeed. We is cooked indeed. Um, I think the boss was going to be the Meta Crisis Doctor since Rose was with him at the end of Series 4. Meep said to Hearts interested when he has one Meta Crisis was giving pathway for Tennant to come back. I don't think so, purely because Russell and a lot of them at the time were talking about how they aren't gonna like David Tennant was effectively retired. The 60th was the end result of that was that David Tennant's Doctor stops. That's the end. Yeah, so I don't think they were building to a Tennant return. Oh, it's such a bloody mess. Um, the boxed cat says, time to sneak into the Bad Wolf Studios and restore the original Reality War ending. In all seriousness, I hope we get it on YouTube at least. Some transparency would be nice. This is the thing. Now that the era is over, now that Russell and friends, Russell and friends, like a kid, now that Russell and Co have gone, they've left. There is legitimately no reason to not just release the deleted scenes. Like, let's see it. Let's see it. Um, Doctor Who, Doctor Who Magical Entertain says, I've been sharing the tier list link. Where have you shared the link? Is it in the comments? Hold on, let me refresh the page. Let me have a look. Let me have a look. Do 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 do. I can't see anything, I'm afraid. Do you know where you've put the link? Because I'd like to give it a look, but I can't actually see the link anymore. Do you know where it went? Can anyone else see it? Am I just being thick? Is it in the comments? Can you even see comments on a live stream until the live stream's over? Does it say, excuse my boomer nature? But thank you for the super chat either way. What if Russell was the boss in a meta way? Yeah, people had considered that because it's like that kind of happened in She-Hulk, didn't it? Like that sort of vibe. And Russell did like to sort of pirate the Marvel stuff. I mean, Wishworld is just he saw WandaVision and went, "That's cool," and did that. Um, the biggest fumble of this era was the hate RTD and Shooty were spewing towards the fans. I don't think they really were spewing any hate towards the fans, I can't lie. Like, it gets exaggerated a lot in headlines and stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't see, especially Shooty. Shooty was lovely to the fans. Shooty was, yeah. Um, you can't see the comments during the live stream. I can see the live chat, but like, you know how like a video has comments? I can see the live comments, but I can't see the comments. Do you know? Do you know what I mean? Not the live comments, but the comments underneath the video. Like when the live chat stops, I feel like I'm a grandparent trying to explain something to their grandchildren who know how technology works. Um, Not the live chat. The live chat is different to the comments. Um, yeah. When's Doctor in Distress 2 being released, says Jake. It's a good question. I mean, Ian Levine, are you still here, Ian? Ian was in the live chat earlier. Ian, are you thinking of releasing Doctor in Distress 2? This is the question we're all wondering. And I mean that with genuine respect, because I think Doctor in Distress is a banger. I know people hate it, and I know Ian, you don't like it either, but it was Ian, maybe Ian can answer that for you if he's still in the live chat. Who knows? Dr. Master says cheese. Oh my god, that's just unlocked in memory. That was this time last year, everyone. Remember, there was that guy who was amazing who actually carved a block of cheese into Omega's helmet, which is hilarious. Um, I stated earlier that it was 41 years, says Ian. There's your answer. There's your answer. Um, the Doctor should be vegan, says Sephora Plays. Yeah, you know what? That is very in character for the Doctor. I could see that working. Be quite funny. Funny? That's the wrong word. Fun. That's what I'm looking for. Shooty's a great guy for sure, but those touching grass comments weren't the kindest. Um, I see what you mean, but I don't think it was him trying to hate towards the fans or anything at all. I don't think that's I don't think that's what he was trying to do. Lower budget story led episodes of Doctor Who will be refreshing. It has been done before, and so much of the best TV these days is done that way. Yeah, I do think when shows have a bit of a lower budget and they have to struggle to get by and they have to sort of push forward, then yeah, maybe that's the best way for the future. The Neon Chimp channel says the biggest problem with the Disney era was Disney. At last, the more OTT bad musical theatre tone that came with it. This is the thing. Doctor Who could do a banger musical episode, but they don't. Doctor Who Magical Entertainment says I've been sharing it in the YouTube live chat. Okay. Um, I'll have a very good look. I don't know. Is it maybe being filtered out as spam? Because I haven't seen anything come through, I'm afraid. If you copy the link, but put before you send the link, put like this is the link or something along those lines, that would work. Yeah. Um, it was 8 episodes of a season, and the first had multiple Doctor Light episodes because of his filming schedule. I know it was crazy. It was crazy. Um, yeah, Ian Levine says, I hate Doctor in Distress. I was forced into it. Yeah, I know you don't like it, Ian, but I do honestly think it's kind of iconic. Like it's very fun. It's funny. It's do you know what I mean? Do you see the good side of it? I feel like it is kind of iconic. It's had a legacy, and I feel like today it almost deserves to be played. Do you know what I mean? Like even if you don't like it, it's got a legacy to it. Um, Viewers can't send links, unfortunately. Maybe that's it. Okay, Doctor Who Entertainment, could you send it? Go to my latest video and drop it in the comments there, and I will go and have a look at that now. Yeah, if you drop it in the comments of my latest video, not the live stream, I should be able to click on the link there. Let's have a look. Newest. It's not there yet. Let me know when you've done it. Don't feel like you need to super chat again. I'll try and find your message here, but really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Tom and Jerry is top. Are we inside number nining? Inside number nine's a banger. That's, yeah, a banger. Good point of comparison as well. Quiet Night In is the best. Elise, you've got stinky taste. Boo! Quiet Night In is not even close to being the best episode of Inside Number 9. 48 episodes a year, like the good old days, says Jimmy. I'm afraid that's probably not going to be possible, Jimmy. It'd be lovely to see. It would be lovely, but I don't think that's going to happen, I'm afraid. I don't think it's going to happen. Have Pemberton and Shearsmith be showrunners? Absolutely. That would be funny. There we go. See, Sam from Cybers Industries has got good taste. Quite Not In is a choice. It's a bad choice. Maybe the boss was Evil Dan all along, says the Boxed Cat. Maybe, maybe. The boss was the friends we made along the way, says John. Yeah, maybe. It Has No Name says, what did I miss? What didn't you miss? It Has No Name. Have you seen the press release? The Christmas special's officially cancelled. Russell's officially leaving. But the BBC have promised they are committed to the future of the show. So don't panic too much. Maybe the boss was Margaret the Slovene. Maybe, maybe. Um, Doctor Who. Okay, fantastic. You say you've put the link in. I will have a look. Thank you very much. Let's have a look. Come on, please work this time. Oh, no. Do you... I can't see it. I'm going to refresh the page. It may still come. Maybe it's being held for review or something. Okay, let me check my other video. I'll have a check. It should be here somewhere. You're surprised, really? I can't see it there. If I go into YouTube Studio, I can see if it's potentially held for review or something. Sorry, live chat. I will be back with you in a moment. Just watching me do some searching. Also, shout out to MONXCS Monks for becoming a channel member. Absolute legend. If you do want to become a channel member, it is only $1.99 a month, and you get so much extra content. You get extra podcasts weekly with the Satellite 2, which is great fun. So go and check those out. Comments, community, viewer posts. Published, held for review, apply. There's nothing here, I'm afraid. I am really sorry, Doctor Who Entertainment. I don't know where this link is. I'm trying to think of a. Could you email it to me? If you I'll put my email in chat, right? Oh, this is a bad idea. People are just going to send me random emails that I'm going to have to open on this live stream now. My email is in chat. If you want to email me the link, go for it there. Really appreciate it. Cheers. Maybe you need to start an Inside Number 9 channel as well. Well, Inside Number 9's over now, isn't it? Like that, even that, there's no... The Joe Street channel, though. Go and check out the Joe Street channel. I've done a review of Tiptoe, review of Threads, bunch of Oz-related videos. There's loads and loads of stuff over there, so go and check it out. Right, what are we missing? I always call it Silent Night. That'd be a good Christmas special title. Would have been a good Doctor Who Christmas special title. Oh wait, it's not happening anymore. I think the boss was Michael Grade, and he finally won. Oh God, he's struck again. Michael Grade's back for more. His role in Ahsoka is just voice acting. Is this David Tennant as that robot bloke? Robot man of robotiness. Ian Levine says, I hate how Russell lied to us and told the older fans to touch grass. Space Babies killed any hope of a future. I'll agree on the Space Babies stuff. I think that is one of the most bizarre choices Doctor Who had. It's genuinely, I even saying it out loud, I can't quite comprehend why anyone would go like, okay, we'll start off a new era of Doctor Who with Space Babies. What's going on? But the touch grass thing, I think it wasn't meant to offend as much. And I think when Russell is on the receiving end of so much sort of horrible stuff anyway, Like, he's only human. People have human reactions. Right, let's check my emails for this link and for if any of you guys have spammed me with any random stuff. Oh, bloody hell. Uh, um, uh, what's going on? Okay. There's no new emails that I can see. Yeah. No. Doctor Who person, please email me the link if you've still got it, because I'll read it out and react to it now. Um, Alex Shearman says, I remember watching Space Babies and my mum coming in and saying, "This is the show you love." Yeah, I empathise with your mother. It was bizarre. Bizarre. Guess it's time for new things. Yeah. Miriam says, will CBBS be educational for children? Yeah, I reckon it will be. Yeah, it'll be like a Bluey style fun, purely for kids kind of entertainment show. It's not going to be Doctor. Like, what? I don't think I'm going to cover it. I'll probably stick on an episode, or I'll like use an excuse to watch CBB. Jackaboy7397 says, when do you reckon we'll get any news or updates or big announcements regarding the show's future? Big fan, by the way. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. I reckon Christmas, before Christmas, before the end of the year's out, we will know who the new streaming partner are. I think Doctor Who and the BBC have wanted to make a big buzz out of this and go, look, we're selling Doctor Who. We're not selling, but you know what I mean. We're shopping the rights out. We're putting all this stuff out there. And I reckon there's going to be a good wodge of interest. So before the end of the year, I reckon we'll hear something new. Which, I mean, it's not great, but it's better than nothing. It's better than nothing. Um, just Joe says he read things Doctor Who HBO. The chat's disappeared. Hang on, I want to know. I want to know who Radio Free Skaro inside source is. Yeah, yeah. I want to know who that, because they're bloody accurate, aren't they? They've got their. I have a. No, I'm not gonna. No, I have a suspicion of who it could be. Okay, but I can't. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna say. I could be completely wrong, by the way, but I know nothing. Not from. I'm gonna shut up. Due course makes it sound sooner rather than later. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be that far away. I honestly don't think it would be. Captain Brody 269, thank you very much, Captain Brody, for the super chat. Captain Brody says, wouldn't it be wild if Doctor Who was run by Zack Snyder? Oh God, the fans would somehow be even worse. Imagine the Twitter discourse. Imagine the death threats. Imagine the anger. Imagine the hatred. Bloody hell, that'd be terrifying. Also, I can't lie, I'm not the biggest Zack Snyder fan. Like, Justice League, smelly. No. Yeah, slow-mo constantly, says Luke Evans. Yeah, the Doctor would like step out of the TARDIS and everything would be slow-mo for no apparent reason. Oh, he abused the slow-mo cameras on that. It's the ghost of Sydney Newman. Nah, James Gunn who, yeah, James Gunn would be sensational as a Doctor Who showrunner. The Doctor's snapping the Master's neck. Oh, Zack Snyder, the man you are. But no, James Gunn, Guardians of the Galaxy slaps. Superman slaps. I mean, Stephen Moffat even did a little review of Superman where he was like, "Oh my God, love that, very Doctor Who core." So you know, James Gunn, you can have Doctor Who if you want. I'm going to quickly refresh my emails to see if the thingy has come through. Drum roll. Nope. Got an email from my barber. Thank you for visiting. I almost doxed the barber then. I'm not going to do that. But he's a good barber. Um, why am I doing all my barbers? James Gunn's a little busy, says John. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Do you reckon they'll dismantle the TARDIS set or open it up for paid tours? I honestly think if they opened it up for paid tours, you'd make so much money. Like, it's crazy. Do it. Open the. I want to see the TARDIS before it goes. Tharies cannot be the only member of the Satellite Five to have seen that TARDIS in all its glory. But yeah, I realistically, I think it'll be taken down very soon, which is devastating. But oh, come on. Somewhat right. Let's start the campaign. There's 284 of us watching. Let's get Bad Wolf to open up the TARDIS set for tours. We'd pay good price for tickets. We'd all go. We'd all be respectful. I don't know who I'm pitching this to. Jane Tranter, you're not watching this, but if you are, please open up the TARDIS. We want to come and see it. We want to see it. Connor Sullivan says, Joe, do you think Murray-Gold will leave? I think Murray-Gold is gone, gone, gone. Yeah, Russell's gone. Murray's gone. That entire team's gone. When it comes back, it's going to be like 2005, I think. It's going to be a complete and utter overhaul. Even Andy Pryor casting, the guy who's been doing the casting since 2005, he put out like a big goodbye to Doctor Who and thank you post today. Literally everyone, even the casting directors, are gone. Everything is gone. Everything when Doctor Who comes back is going to be completely and utterly new, which is crazy. Crazy times. It is exciting though, isn't it? Because obviously it could be bad, but I think the fact that it's going to be so new and so fresh and they're going to have time to work on it, we could be in for like some peak Doctor Who here. Just, oh, I am excited. I'm excited. What happened behind the scenes to make everyone go? To be honest, I don't think everyone leaving is necessarily behind the scenes stuff. There is definitely stuff that went down behind the scenes, but I think that just because they want a complete overhaul, like Russell's leaving, Murray and Russell, like they're mates, they're working on the projects together. I just think everyone is departing because this era of the show is over. Like, because there's people often talk about like the Fitzroy Tavern group, which is how true that all is. For context, it's the claim that like Moffat, Chibnall, Russell, Paul Cornell, and a bunch of these people used to sit in a pub in London called the Fitzroy Tavern, and they were all Doctor Who fans writing their Doctor Who fan fictions. And when the show came back, they got all their mates involved, and it's sort of been that boys' club, as it's called, ever since. I don't know if it is. I don't know how true that is, but it is definitely true that all of those showrunners are a cut of the same cloth. And whatever we get next, I think, would be completely new. Like it will be like 2005 again, and that's what I'm looking forward to most of all. Doctor Who, you right, okay, you've sent the link. Let's have a look. Drum roll. Oh no. Spam. I can't see it. Have you sent it? Oh, I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. I'm looking at the wrong email address. It's my bad. Okay, so we've now got a bunch of emails. I'm on the Confused Adipose email, not my TV account email. Sam from Cybers Industries has emailed me. You smell. Thank you, Sam. TARDIS sales. It's a picture of a meal deal from TARDIS Enjoyer. Thank you, meal deal. Thank you, meal deal. Thank you, TARDIS Enjoyer. There we go. Flying Scotsman has sent the link to the tier list, the long-awaited tier list. Here we go. Okay, shall I do this live, guys? Do you want me to see? Do you want to see me do this live? I can't show you the thing on my screen because I'm doing this through my phone, but I will read out the names of the actors and where I'm putting them in this chart. It's quite a fun chart. Okay. So, first up, this is this oh, it's annoying to do this without the visuals, isn't it? I'll do it live. You guys are asking for it live. Okay. Change the camera around. I'm trying to let me put some consideration to this. I'm problem solving live, guys. You're watching. Okay, I can figure this out. If I move this, let's bring that down. Right. Okay, we're not going to dox ourselves. Right. We should be back. Okay, we should be back. You can see my screen. This is the the makeshift setup. Are we back? Hang on, let me refresh this. Are we back, guys? You're watching me watch my own ad. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, yes, we're back. He's back. Okay, we're back in the game, guys. This is how I'm going to do the tier list. Okay, we've been sent this tier list by, let me find it. I can't find your name. Doctor Who Entertainment, I believe it is. Shout out to Doctor Who Entertainment. Thank you for the super chat. We've got your tier list. This is quite trippy now. I'm watching myself watch myself watch myself. How far down the thing can we go? Everyone's back in the live chat. Okay, we're going to do this tier list in a moment, guys. Do not fear. How many viewers did we lose? About half of you disappeared. Guys, we're back. Don't worry. I've never written a fanfic myself. The BBC have come to a mutual decision to freeze the stream. Don't worry, guys. Doctor Who might be gone, but this is such an awkward position because my desk is here. Hang on. Let me. That'll do. I'll have terrible posture in this live stream. There we go. That's fine. That's fine. I'm just going to have to crane my neck over. I went to the Fitzroy Tavern. Stephen Moffat, Paul Cornell, Gareth Thomas all went regularly, along with Derek Handley and Jeremy Bentham. Mad. Okay, fair enough. That's quite cool to have some confirmation of those like rumours and stuff. Okay, so let's let's do the tier list. Okay, this is our tier list of who Doctor Who Entertainment thinks they would like to see or could be the next Doctor. Let's line it up. Okay. Number one. Okay, we'll talk through these all realistically, right? Number one, we've got Ariana Grande. The odds of this happening, okay, so that's 100%, 50%, 20%, 15%, 10%, 8%, 5%, 3%. The odds of Ariana Grande becoming the Doctor, I can kind of see the chat there, guys. Let me know what you think. Are we in favour of Ariana Grande? I mean, one, it's not going to happen. Realistically, there is no chance it would happen. She is a good actor. She's great in Wicked, but it's not going to happen. I'm going to put it in 5% purely because, like, it would be really funny. It's not going to happen though. She'd be way too expensive. Everyone's saying no, hell no, terrible choice, 47%. Johnny Graves UK says, I mean, yeah, she's fit. Oh dear, oh dear. How about no? Yeah, I think this is a unanimous no, guys. Okay, it's going to be a no for Ariana Grande. It's unlikely. It's not impossible though. You never know with these things. Arthur Darville's up next. I'm going to put him in 8%. He's definitely more likely than Ariana Grande, but would we like to see Arthur Darville in as the Doctor? I was about to say in Doctor Who. He's been in Doctor Who. Arthur Darville as the Doctor. Right, you guys are asking me to do a poll. Sorry, back to the sort of trippy mirrors thing. How I'm such a boomer. Engage with your audience. Start a poll. Well, I can't put in all the options. Hang on, I'll do a Q&A or something. Turn off dark mode on tier maker. How do I do that? Thank you for the super chat, by the way. Doctor Entertainment. Right, well, I don't know if we're going to be able to turn this off. Can someone help Grandad Joe figure out how to turn off the dark mode? We'll leave it on. We'll leave it on. Tier mist incoming. Incoming. Is this laggy for anyone else? Apologies if we're lagging. Apologies for everything about this stream, actually. Okay, Arthur Darville's in 8% because I think it's unlikely. It's not terrible. It's not impossible. They're saying scroll down. I've scrolled down. Right, we'll just carry on. We'll carry on with the tier list live. Okay. See, dark mode is hot. Some people like this, right? Or delayed a bit. Boomer Joe, I know. Boomer Joe incoming. Okay, next up, we've got the Sheriff of Nottingham. What is his name? Because I do actually have a video that I was supposed to be filming today, which is talking about him playing the Doctor, because nobody nick this idea. Don't steal my idea. But I'm doing a video which I've put a load of research in, coming relatively soon, about all the people who were almost cast as the Doctor. And he was one of them for the 12th Doctor. So I'm going to put him in 15%. I can't remember the guy's name. Someone tell me in chat. Ben Miller. There we go. Yeah. Ben Miller was actually almost cast as the 12th Doctor. And I think he'd do a solid job, you know? Like, he'd be great. Oh, my childhood hero, Christopher Lloyd, as in Doc Brown from Back to the Future, / the wizard in The Witches of Oz. Did anybody in this live chat watch The Witches of Oz, the TV series that became a movie? Because I still feel like to this day, I am literally the only person who's ever seen that. Hang on, presentation mode. Nope, that's not what I was looking for. Change background color. Oh, what am I changing the color of? Oh,
Should we do that? We'll do that. Does that work? Um, no, no, not a single person. There's got to be one of you out there. Has no one's seen it. The Witches of Oz with Christopher Lloyd as the wizard. This is so trippy. Those people from The Hobbit as little people. I don't know what the characters are called. They're like elves or something. It's such a bizarre film, and I wouldn't actually recommend it. It's quite bad, but I loved Christopher Lloyd in that. Um, if this is probability, Christopher Lloyd is just not going to play the Doctor, is he? He's going to be with Ariana Grande down there. Um, but I'd like to see it for a cameo. Doc Brown isn't a million miles away from um, the Doctor anyway. So, we'll go with that. Next up, we've got his name's David Morrissey, right? The guy who was just in Tiptoe and the guy who plays the next Doctor. I'm going to put him in 10% likely. I don't think it's going to happen, but it's not impossible. He's literally played a version of the Doctor before, technically, in a way. But yeah, yes, someone. There we go. Dorothy and the Witches of Oz. Yes, yes, that's the film I'm talking about. It's bonkers. It's absolutely insane. It's Jackson Lake is Jackson Lake. Yeah, actually, I'm gonna put in. He's been in Doctor Who as not the Doctor. He's not gonna play the Doctor, is he? Let's move this to there. Lovely. Okay, so now. Right, so David Morrissey's going there. He's a very good actor. He's a little bit theatric for the Doctor. He speaks a little bit like this, even in Tiptoe. There are a couple of moments where it's sort of like, oh god, he's a good theatre actor. He could be the Doctor, the one, the only, and the best. Okay, next up, I'm going to put in 100% likely. We have Dwayne the Rock Johnson. If he became the Doctor, I think I'd actually become a not my Doctor. I'd be so angry. I'd be so unhappy with that. He's going in 3%. What a joke. The Rock is not going to be the Doctor. This is such a good tier list. The Rock is not the Doctor. No, it's not happening. Okay, The Rock will never be the Doctor. Eddie Redmayne, I'm going to put in with Ben Whishaw. He's another I mean, he's a worse version of Matt Smith in the what they call Fantastic Beasts films. They're quite boring films, and he is trying his best to do Matt Smith core, but it's just not The Rock and Kevin Hart as his companion, sounding like a Sillet Bang advert. The Rock, yeah, no one's happy with The Rock. We're not happy with the Rock, are we? The tier list was made by one of you wonderful people in the chat, Doctor Who Entertainment. Okay, next up, here's an actual shout. Okay, Emma Watson. That that's the first one so far that I've been I'd be interested to see. I'm gonna put her in 15% because it's not impossible, but also she's done a bunch of interviews recently about not liking the spotlight and not liking the way that world works, and Doctor Who fans are quite scary, so she probably wouldn't want to do that. Next up, is that Ewan McGregor? I think that's Ewan McGregor. I think she's not that good. That yeah. What are people's thoughts on Emma Watson as the Doctor? Yeah, she wouldn't do another big franchise. She wouldn't be terrible. I could kind of see it a bit. I'm just gonna check. I haven't missed anything in the live chat. Keep going down. Thank you, Doctor Who Adventure. Stephen Fry as the Doctor. My wife says Sam. Use the Force, Doctor. Yeah, I think this is Ewan McGregor. It's not going to happen, is it? He's going to go in here 8% with this bunch. He wouldn't do it, I don't think. He's too big for it. But then, if you're doing trashy Obi-Wan Kenobi shows on Disney Plus, Rory O'Connor. I don't know who that is. Let me Google. Okay, sure. I don't actually know who this is, but I could kind of see it. Maybe. Maybe. Okay. Here's another one that's just not gonna happen. Okay. Hugh Jackman is going with The Rock. You can't have a Doctor that's absolutely ripped. In saying that, we have just said goodbye to Shooty Gatwa. But you can't have Wolverine play the Doctor, guys. I'm sorry. It's not on. It's not happening. What are we thinking about Hugh Jackman as the Doctor? I'm gonna give it 0% there. That's Henry Cavill. Oh my god, it is Henry Cavill. I'm an idiot. That wasn't Ewan McGregor. That's Henry Cavill. Um, if that's Henry Cavill, I'm going to move in with Ariana Grande, Christopher Lloyd in 5%, actually. That's somehow even less likely. We do have a super chat. Let me check that on the computer over here. Neil Frozen Oak 5438. Thank you very much for your super chat. He says, oh, I thought that said Mike Wazowski for a second. Mike Wazanick or Katie Brand, I think either would make a good doctor. Let's have a Google. I don't know why I put both of them in there together. Oh, the guy off Taskmaster. Okay, interesting. Let's see who Katie Brand is. Oh, where do I know her from? Walking on Sunshine. Oh, is she in the thick of it? No, she's not. I recognise her from somewhere. I don't know where. Not bad shouts, and thank you very much for the super chat, Neil Frozen Oak. Really appreciate it. Joe, do you need purple lens glasses? These glasses have like blue light filters in because so much of my day is just staring at screen. Elise, really, you really quoting KSI lyrics in the live chat. She's in the thick of it, everybody knows. Next up, we have. Can I get clarification? Who is this bloke? Who is he? I recognise his face. We'll find out who he is in the live chat. Everybody spam it once someone gets it right. Jim Carrey is next to him. 3%. No, generic, basic. Maybe in the 90s, not anymore. I wouldn't be happy. Yeah, it wouldn't work. Force Dalek says check my community tab. Okay, let's have a brief detour. This live stream is actually all over the place. Force Dalek. Let's have a look. You're getting some free promotion here. Force Dalek's fully animated, scripted, voice acted Doctor Who Christmas special featuring a great story and a range of creators from some fun surprises. An all original soundtrack coming to Force Dalek this Christmas. That's very cool. There's your Christmas special, guys. Join Force Dalek's Discord as well and the Minecraft server that they have going. It's very cool. Very cool. Very nice. I've seen we have another super chat. I'm trying. I don't want to click on anything that's going to like show my credit card information because I genuinely am like an old man on this. I don't want to get any of you young kids stealing my credit card info. Let's have a look on here. Doctor Who Mania Productions, thank you very much for the super chat. Who says, "Hey Joe, absolutely devastated to hear the news, but RTD leaving was needed, and now he stepped down with Bad Wolf. At least we can get Eccleston now." Yeah, well, thank you very very much for the super chat, Doctor Who Mania Productions. Maybe this is the thing. It's now no longer impossible that Eccleston will return. It's unlikely. I'd say incredibly, scarily unlikely. No, I don't know why it's scary, but it's not going to happen, is it? Okay. But it would be fun, and it is sad to hear the news. It's devastating. But thank you very much, Dr. Many, for the super chat. Doctor Who. It's Jeff Daniels. Okay. Back to the list. Jeff Daniels. I said okay. I know the name. Who the hell is Jeff Daniels? Let's have a proper Google of Jeff Daniels. It's just Dumb and Dumber, 101 Dalmatians, Speed. Okay, I have a vague idea. He's going in 5% as well. He's very unlikely. I think he's American as well. I don't think it's not going to happen. He's already back as the Doctor on audio. Oh, as in Eccleston. I think we are talking about him. He's not in. He's not in Big Finish. Next, next up we have John Barrowman. 100% likely. He is what he is. No, it's not going to happen, is it? John Barrowman's not going to play the Doctor. He wouldn't even be good at playing the Doctor. He's good at playing Captain Jack. But he's also a little bit teeny bit cancelled. So Oh no, he's going right in the bottom. He's going with The Rock, Hugh Jackman, Jim Carrey, and John Barrowman. It's a nightmare blunt rotation. Next up, we have John Cena. Now, before Peacemaker, I'd have been fully against John Cena as the Doctor. But if you are going to have a ripped Doctor, John Cena wouldn't even be one of the worst choices, you know? I'm going to put him in 10% because it's not going to happen. He'd demand too much money. But it's not the worst option we've had today. There's another guy that I don't recognise, Johnny Depp. I'm going to put in 8%. It's one of those things. It's like maybe in the 90s that could have happened. It's not going to happen though, is it? I just couldn't see Johnny Depp doing it. Chris Marshall. Okay, okay. Chris Marshall. I am going to put him in 50%. I know his name gets thrown around all of the time, but he'd do a really good job, and the Doctor would be Ginger finally, which is really funny. In Love Actually, obviously his MO, his motive is a little bit different from the Doctor's, except it's also not. He's going around trying to pick up young 20-something-year-old women, so it's not impossible. But I don't see him as a Doctor type figure. It's John Goodman says, okay, that's who the next person is. We'll come to John Goodman in a second. Slander and Lies, thank you very much for the super chat, who says, how about an older thespian Doctor? Stephen Burkoff. I will say this once and once only. There is only one man on this planet who I would enter a boxing ring with, and that is Stephen Burkoff. That man ruined the power of three. That man bored me senseless during A-level drama. If Stephen Burkoff ever comes near Doctor Who again, hands will be thrown. Don't you dare mention Stephen Burkoff's name in my presence. No, I actually feel like this live stream, I feel like I've lost the plot. Okay, so Chris Marshall's in 50%, not a bad shout. Would you guys be happy with Chris Marshall? I know it's kind of generic, but like, I feel like it's not a bad shout. Not a bad shout. Stephen Burkoff, though, in the bin. Okay, let's remind ourselves who that guy was. John Goodman. On account of the fact that I genuinely do not know who John Goodman is, I'm going to put him in 8%. Give him a little bit of a shot at this, because I reckon the BBC are watching this right now and they're going, This is the BBC's official casting. No, okay. I also don't know the next guy, I'm afraid. So I'm going to put him with John Goodman at 8% because I can't comment. I don't really know. I don't. Am I supposed to know? Everyone's going John Goodman. Who's John Goodman, guys? Let me know who John Goodman is in chat. What would I know him from? Am I just being thick? Sully is the bloody Monsters Inc. man. Sporticus? Oh my god! 8%, it's Sporticus. Sporticus is my childhood hero. Just because he eats his vegetables, I'm going to put him 15%. Sporticus. I used to dress up as Sporticus and run around and go to Lazy Town Live. I say like that was a regular occurrence. I think I went once. But yeah, shout out to the guy who plays Sporticus. I mean, he wouldn't be a good doctor, but he's up there. Why not? I should have known that. Okay. Martin Clunes. Okay, Doc Martin. He is another actor who's actually cropped up on the list of potential doctors that never were. The video coming. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. I'm going to put it in 15%. I mean, he was already in Classic Who in Snake Dance, I believe. That was one of his first TV roles, and he's a very good actor. I like Martin Clunes. Oh, there's another guy, I'm sorry, I don't know. Then we've got the Only Fools and Horses guy. He's going with John Cena in 10%. I suppose he's got more of a chance, but it's still very unlikely. Paul McGann, I'm going to put him in 15% as well. I don't think I think they're going to stop doing nostalgia stuff now. They're gonna keep doing new. Like I don't think Paul McGann would be the next Doctor. Philip Glenister. Ashes to Ashes, Life on Mars, Gene Hunt, the man himself. I mean, we've already seen him face off the John Sim Master, so he'd be good. Can we keep up with the live streams, please? Okay, hang on. Let me. Philip Glenister's going in 20% because it would just be such a different take. Let's have a look at the live stream. What have we missed so far? Sporticus, thank you very much. Ed Gamble as Amy Pond. What have we met? I'm back. Gene Hunt, Aidan Gallagher, Joe Thomas. Is Joe Thomas the in-betweeners guy? I think he is. I think, probably. Pierce Brosnan, as long as he's not singing like he does in Mamma Mia, because bloody hell. I'll do more live streams. I've got you, Sam. I've got you. Right, so Pierce Brosnan, he'd be good, you know. I could see it. He'd be fun. He'd be fun. Hang on, we got Nathan Lane, Nicholas Lyndhurst. Thank you very much. Nathan Lane. So Nathan Lane is this guy. I don't know who he is. I'm gonna have to Google him. Nathan Lane, spelt wrongly, unless it's just random bloke. Hang on. Oh no, Lane. I don't know why I felt the need to put a Y in there. Nathan Lane. Who is he in The Lion King? The producers? He's in Modern Family. Who is he in Modern Family? Don't bother floating Americans, says someone in chat. Seth Rogen as the Doctor. Absolutely not. Sam Moran. Okay. Right. I'm afraid I don't know that guy either, so I'm going to put in there. Don't know him. We've got Buzz Lightyear down here. Buzz Lightyear can go in 100% to infinity and beyond. No, I don't think Buzz Lightyear is going to play the Doctor. Where he'd be he's fun as Santa Claus, you know, and that's not dissimilar from the Doctor. I swear in like an Adventure in Space and Time they say like, oh yeah, like the Doctor's like the Wizard of Oz and Santa Claus all mixed into one. So like he's got credentials, 20%. He's going Philip Glenister. They can go on holiday together. And our final person to rank on this list is Tom Cruise. Yeah, 100%. You heard it here first, folks. When Doctor Who comes back, Tom Cruise is going to be the Doctor. He could do all of his own stunts as well. They could have, I was about to say they could have the TARDIS flying in the sky, but they actually did that with the 50th, and Matt Smith technically did do his own stunt there. So, what an icon. No, it's not going to happen. I'd put him in. He's also too expensive, and he's a Scientologist. They're going in 5%. So the final list of this, okay, are our current doctors. In 100% is absolutely no one. At the top of this, we have Chris Marshall. What a guy. Shout out to Chris Marshall. Then Philip Glenister and Buzz Lightyear. Then we've got the Sheriff of Nottingham, that guy from the rubbish Harry Potter films, Emma Watson, Sporticus, Doc Martin, Paul McGann. Then we've got Peacemaker, the bloke from Only Fools and Horses, a guy and another bloke who I do recognise. Arthur Darvill, David Morrissey, Johnny Depp, a bloke, Piers Brosnan, another bloke, Ariana Grande. She's the Doctor now. Why not? Christopher Lloyd, yeah, he can go up there as well. Henry Cavill, no, a bloke. Tom Cruise, Dwayne the Rock Johnson, Hugh Jackman, Truman Show, and The Face of Bo. That's our list, guys. That's our wonderful, wonderful list. So you heard it here first, folks. Get your bets in. Ariana Grande and Christopher Lloyd are going to buy Generate as the new Doctors in the upcoming series. You heard it here first. But that was good fun. That was a fun little tier list. Okay. Sit 4 Starlings says I want the pig from Aliens of London. All right, let me get my computer back in place and we can resume the live stream. If I can balance it. Balancing game. There you go. You still get my Doctor Who morning candle. I was I was about to say like let's wait till the candle runs out, but I think that might be about 12 hours. So I don't think we're gonna do a 12-hour live stream because oh my god, it's nearly 5 o'clock. Elise, are you still in chat? What time did I agree to do the Satellite 5 podcast? Because I think it might be 5. I think it's 5. Is it 5:30? If it's 5:30, that's fine. We've still got like at least 15 minutes more of this live stream.
Jack Whitehall, comedian and actor, says Ellie. Maybe, maybe. He wouldn't be terrible. He wouldn't be terrible. I could see that sort of vision. What a cast. Realistic Lester Shaw. Marvelous Doc Brown as the Doctor. Well, yeah, big thank you to Doctor Who. Doctor Who. Let's get the exact username. Let's find it here. Doctor Who's Magical Entertain 100. Huge thank you for that tier list. It was incredible, and thank you for the super chats. I really appreciate all of them. Right, let's get back up to date with the live chat. As I say though, I'm pretty sure we're filming the Satellite 5 podcast in about 20 to 25 minutes, so I am going to have to disappear relatively soon. If you do have any burning questions about the future of Doctor Who, etc., get them in your chat now. If you want a super chat, it pops up, so I will 100% see it. Also, the link to Notes to Self, our short film campaign, should still be in chat. So if you want to go and donate to that, let me know, and I will read out your name and your donation. I'm going to get that up now. Notes to Self, original musical short film. There it is. Our crowdfunder campaign. £2,002 is crazy. Thank you all so much for that. Yeah, the link is in chat if you want to donate to that. What smell is your Yankee candle? It's a great question. Um, apple blondies, freshly baked apple blondies. Yeah, brown sugar, maple syrup. It does smell quite nice, to be fair. It doesn't smell like apple at all, though. So I feel like I've been lied to. The thunder is really growing for it right now, says Four Star. Like, someone ain't happy about the news from today. I know. I mean, Elise put on her story earlier, which really cracked me up. It's sort of pathetic fallacy with it's just Doctor Who gets cancelled and it's thunderstorms and rain everywhere. I mean, I did film the start of my last video is me just sat in the rain at the graveside of Doctor Who. Oh, R.I.P. R.I.P. But it's not dead. It's coming back. Don't panic, guys. Don't panic. But yeah, as I say, get your final questions in. Don't spam the chat. I'm going to try and read as many as possible. If you want a super chat, I will 100% read your question, but there is no obligation to. Let's go. Satellite 5's showrunner says JWS 2005. Absolutely. Life in the UK. Am I right? Says Laurie Lott. I know. Blame Kieran Starmer. Yeah, is that his full name? God's disappointed. Yeah, absolutely. I guess Lloyd would be the exception to my no American rule, but just for one episode. Yeah, Christopher Lloyd for one episode would be fun. I think it means they're shopping around for people to give their pitches. They did the same for the upcoming CBeebies show. Yeah, absolutely. They are currently, the BBC are looking at like as many people as possible. Channel member CXK9 says Mara or Rani. Mara. No, Maria or Rani. I was thinking of the villains there. I was like, the Mara or the Rani is in the Rani. No, Maria or Rani is in Sarah Jane. Rani. Rani, Maria! Everyone loves Maria. Boring. Boring Maria. I mean, I like Maria as well, but she's not Rani. What about Tom Holland for the Doctor? Tom Holland would not do Doctor Who, I'm afraid. My old lecturer, though, was friends with his dad, which is quite funny. But that's completely irrelevant to this. TARDIS Enjoyer. Joe, can I send you a meal deal tier list for a Satellite 5 episode? Yeah, go on. Remind me at some point. And yeah, I'll try and put that in a Satellite 5 episode somewhere. It sounds like fun. Ellie from Satellite 5 as the Doctor. Elise from Satellite 5? Or there are Ellies. Ellie who plays the Echo Doctor, or other Ellie. There's many Ellies or Elises within this channel. In my channel banner alone, there's about 4 different variants of Ellie/Elise. Are you tempted to apply for the tender yourself? Oh, I'd love to, but don't have the financing, I'm afraid, and I don't think they'd give it to me. What are the chances of them addressing Piper's Doctor? Nearly zero. Ellie from Who Culture to play the Doctor. Ellie from Who Culture is great fun. Sure, why not? Doctor Who Doomsday again. Shipping it round for a new co-distributor or shopping it around for an outside entity/third party to fully produce Doctor Who. I think it's kind of whatever deal works the best. Like, yeah, I think it depends. Stephen Graham as the Doctor, and he's just the dad from Adolescence. Stephen Graham would actually be a good Doctor, though. Like, I know people joke, but genuinely, I could see him being a good Doctor. Um, Doctor Who's Magical Entertainment suggested Sam Neill as the Doctor, and I kind of see it. Thoughts? Sam Neill. Let me give a Google to Sam Neill. Oh, Neil. Neil the baby. Excuse the really great Welsh accent there. Sam Neill. Why do I know him? Jurassic Park, Peaky Blinders, Possession. Um, oh, bloody hell, I know him, obviously, I'm an idiot. Yeah, if there were to be an American Doctor, sure. Um, Jurassic Park guy, yeah. Is Doctor Who ever going to explain the Billy Piper twist or just ignore it? Says Finlay. It's going to ignore it. Realistically, I'm sorry, it's just not going to happen. Hey Joe, do you think the CBB series next year could pave the way for the real show to return? I think what they're doing with the CBB series is genuinely quite clever. You've like Sarah Jane Adventures acted as like a gateway drug into Doctor Who for people like myself, especially someone like Rosanna from the podcast. Like if you hook the kids on Doctor Who young, they carry on with it for life, and that's what CBBS can do. If they get them enjoying Doctor Who, then they're more likely to watch it when they get older. They can watch the grown up Doctor Who. I think it's a really good idea. Evelyn Birch says, Joe, do you remember Sylvester? Do you remember Sylvester McCoy? They did this on an episode called Survival a couple of years ago. I was shocked over this return, bro. Someday soon, I hope, dude. Yeah, I mean, it's that's where the term wilderness years comes from, is in survival. They say, I think they talk about like going off into the wilderness or something. Um, and yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. We are in the wilderness years. I was saying this on the phone to Tharies earlier though. We are living through Doctor Who history right now, which is a very nerdy sentence, but like this is going to be in every video essay for the next however long YouTube survives. Like the sort of, you know how like there's Clever Dick Films who does those brilliant Doctor Who videos. It's gonna be one of these. It's gonna be like, I remember where I was. I lived through the wilderness years too. Daniel Matt Ackle 6801, I've probably butchered that name, apologies, says, which production companies do you think should pick it up? Um, a good one. That's all I want. I just want good Doctor Who. The writing, I want it to slap. The rest of it doesn't matter too much. It needs to look decent though. It's got to be all right. I genuinely thought this year would be like the year building up to the 60th, leaks, filming, pictures, etc. And now we've got this. I know. It's a bloody pain, isn't it? Especially, this is the thing with being YouTubers. Like, how am I gonna do this, guys? Guys, how can I do this? Go and subscribe to the channel Joe Street, my non-Doctor Who channel, because this I'm still gonna be here. The Confused Adipose isn't going anywhere. Satellite 5 isn't going anywhere. So don't worry about that, but I would really appreciate it if you can go and support, yeah, the Joe Street channel. Sam from Cyber Industries as well. I'm posting every day. I know I respect your dedication, honestly, Sam. It's impressive. I basically did that for series 2, season 2 even, and it nearly killed me. It's tiring, but I respect the grind. Connor Sullivan says, Joe, do you want to see a new Dalek design? Well, hopefully with the new showrunner, we get new designs. Yeah, it would be lovely to. I want everything new. New Cybermen, new Daleks, new everything. Everything that comes back completely and utterly new. New and fresh. New. Miriam says, Joe will review CBBS. Joe reviews Review Magazine. I will not be reviewing the CBBS show. Unless you. Look, guys, if the demand's there, we'll do a binge watch of the CBBS Doctor Who show and. Maybe that's it. Maybe this is what the people want to see. Do 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 do. Joe will review. Prime Video would be good. Yeah, Prime Video would be quite good. To be fair, they got to get finding the missing episodes to feed us. True. Um, Emma says, when do you think Doctor Who will return? I'd also love a return to Torchwood. Doctor Who, okay, I made my prediction earlier. I reckon we're in for new Doctor Who in 2028. Early 2028, but it's going to be a while. Next year, I think, is going to be another wilderness year. It'll happen. Eventually. Uh, Four Starlick says, I'll be breaking down the CBB show frame by frame. It deserves it. It does indeed. Neil says, Russell did never write a script. Sorry, waking up in the States and seeing this news. Yeah, Russell's claimed he never wrote a script, but do I have the YouTube video for you? The crazy truth behind the whatever I titled my last video. I do not believe for a second that Russell never wrote a single draft of that script. Almost certainly did. Maybe I'm a conspiracy theorist. Russell literally calls it out and goes, "There'll be people sat in a chair complaining that they can keep sitting there. I'm in my chair. I'm complaining." He definitely wrote scripts. Murray Gold would have no reason to lie. Russell teased it in Doctor Who magazine. He put like little words that he'd written in the thing. Yeah, there's definitely more stuff going on than we know. Watch From says Milo does stuff. What is From? Is that a show? Let me know. TARDIS Enjoy says, got a dash. Hope you have a solid podcast recording. See you guys soon. Thank you very much, TARDIS Enjoy. The podcast recording will be starting relatively soon. So get your final questions in, guys. If you want me to 100% read them, super chat it and it will pop up all bright colours and wonderful on my screen. I am going to have to bring this to a close in a minute because we are filming Satellite 5 soon, and I have not stopped recording or doing this with literally zero break since the news dropped. I went and had my hair cut, got out on the drive, found out the news, video, live stream. So get your final questions in. Let's try and make sure we don't miss. I'm going to try and read out as many comments as possible. 120 days of daily uploads. Thought it wouldn't be long until new stuff. Guess it's my fault for believing in the official announcement. I know it is. It's a pain, isn't it? Where are we in the chat? TARDIS interior design would feel TARDIS interior design with home feel, please. Oh, as in, yeah, make it feel homely. Absolutely. I agree with that. It reminds me of the hype around the 30th anniversary special, The Dark Dimension, which was also cancelled. I hope we don't end up with another Dimensions in Time instead. Oh my god, I can't lie, I'd be here for a modern Dimensions in Time. That would be so funny. Emma says, I've been a watcher for the past few years and I find your videos the best. Thank you very much, Emma. Really appreciate it. Robo3007 says Murray Gold would say otherwise. Exactly. Murray said it. Murray said it. Sam from Cybers Industry said, I guarantee his opinion on the quality of his Christmas script was influenced by the hate online. He probably wanted to bring Tennant and Piper back and saw the Twitter hate. Yeah, Twitter's a scary place. I mean, Russell hates Twitter, doesn't he? He's not a fan. Ty I'm not going to read that out. 12 p.m. here in the USA. Hearing about the behind the scenes of RTD2 is going to be interesting, says Liam Boyce. It will be indeed. I'm fascinated. I just want to know what's going on. All this news and coffee hasn't even finished brewing. What a morning! I know. I know. It's crazy. There's so much like to talk about today. It's mad. Greetings from Argentina. Hello. Connor Sullivan says, Joe, this might be your longest live stream. Good luck with the podcast. I guess a lot of editing will have to be done. This may be my longest live stream. It's been over 2 hours. That's, yeah, wild. It's been quite a fun one though. If you guys want more live streams, do let me know because I feel like, yeah, it's good fun to do. It's just a shame that there's not going to be loads to talk about in these live streams because the show has been bloody cancelled. Apart from the fact that it's coming back, so let's not all panic. Fantastic. It's been about 3 hours, surely. Possibly. I feel like it could. Yeah, more streams. Yeah, okay. You guys seem to want more streams, so hopefully more streams will be coming soon. The Amy Way 4832 says Eccleston in Dimensions in Time 2 Electric Boogaloo. Yes, let's get it going. Firewolf Gaming says I hope the Ninth Doctor is coming back. It would be lovely. I love the amount of people who are like, oh, Eccleston might be coming back because he wanted to sack Russell, etc., etc., etc. It's funny. Dark Arkham Official 77. Please don't spam the chat, but they say if you've got a question about being showrunner, if you got the question about being showrunner, would you accept? In a heartbeat. I don't matter how many people it would annoy. I don't matter how much hate I'd get thrown at me online. If I got the offer to be Doctor Who showrunner, you best believe I would be there like that. I'd be there in a heartbeat. Like that is, if I could pick one dream job, it would literally be that. There is nothing that could top writing for Doctor Who. Roger Gibson, channel member, shout out, says, I agree. Tender picked up this year. Production starts early 2027. Filming in the summer, back early 2028. Yeah, 100%. I reckon that is the timeline. I think we've relatively got it down, got it down. Really enjoyed slash appreciated your video on Tiptoe, disturbing yet so important. Thank you very much. I'm glad you enjoyed that. 12th Doctor fan says Doctor Who fans looking for new content will be like the 15th Doctor in Lucky Day, 50p. Are we winning? Uh, Okay, I think that is a good place to end today's live stream. But it has been good fun. If you want to hear more of me yapping about this Doctor Who news and the chaos that's ensued today, go and check out either of the two videos I have posted. If you want to become a channel member as well, you will be getting slightly early access to our next Satellite 5 podcast, which I'm about to film in about 10 minutes. So stay tuned, check it all out. Shout out to the channel members out there. Shout out to everybody who has donated on the Notes to Self crowdfunder campaign. You can still do it. There's still time, guys. Yeah, thank you all. Really appreciate you all. Cheers. See you in the next live stream. I was about to try and end it on my computer, but I am going to have to awkwardly, as per usual, go to my phone and sort of do this old person thing until I can end the